Hey,
He's
Joe.
on here.
That's
What
it.
the fuck's up?
Yeah. How are
That's
you,
funny.
man?
That's funny.
Good, good. Sorry, I was getting situated. I had a busy morning, so
Yeah.
I had to get this ready.
There we go.
Yeah,
There we
yeah.
go.
You're known for that on this podcast. You're eating a lot, right?
Yeah, all the time, nonstop.
Hey, early on, like I used to see in the comments, people thought like you were doing it to like look hardcore, and I'm like, how does that make sense? Like you're gonna get food ready just to look like nobody thinks it looks cool to eat. Like when else are you gonna
No,
eat?
man, no.
Yeah. I saw that on your podcast once and I tried to do it. I have a Serbian podcast actually. And I
Uh-huh.
tried to do it. I was eating, chicken and rice and I was choking on it basically and it was too loud. My chewing and I was like, this is wrong. I can't do this. I ate like a quarter of it and stopped. So I guess you need to be a pro at that to be able to eat and to do a podcast. Not everybody can do it.
You know what I think it is? I think when the host does it, people don't like it because
That's
right.
it also, yeah. But you
Yeah,
ate as well. You ate on the
the
podcast.
I
the host's
did,
supposed to
but
talk. The host's supposed to talk like constantly, you know.
but when I did it, like I did it probably twice, and people really don't like it. Not like the regular viewers, but like maybe people just viewing for the first, second time,
Yeah, yeah.
because
It's
the regular
unprofessional.
viewers. Yeah, I guess. I mean, I guess it depends on your style. Like, if you're like a
Yeah,
very professional person, right? Like, if we saw Ron Harris eating while he's doing it, we'd be like, "Come on, Ron, why are you eating, man?" Because
right, right.
he's more professional. But I don't think I'm necessarily very very professional. So I feel like
Yeah, yeah.
okay,
You're a
okay,
bodybuilder and you're just living the lifestyle and you have a podcast on the side. But also you were
exactly.
doing it with Justin Compton on and Justin talks non-stop. So
It,
it
it
is
works.
easy.
It works.
Yeah.
That's why I like having Justin on by himself because I like hearing his stories. And if he's on with a bunch of people, he actually doesn't talk much. If Justin's on with like three guys, he lets everybody else talk. It's almost like the opposite. Like he'll either talk the whole podcast or won't talk at all. So I'm like, you know what?
Yeah.
If I'm gonna have Justin, I'm gonna let Justin go off. It's just gonna be the Justin cast.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know guys like that. Yeah. They either talk all the time or not at all.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah. I think there's been times I've been on other podcasts and I find myself not talking as much because I'm kind of
Mhm.
like I don't want to. This is not like my podcast. I don't want to be the guy talking too much. Right.
Yeah.
But Ivan, you've been doing YouTube for a long time, but I feel like recently, maybe in the last couple of years, did you have like more growth or something like a jump in growth recently?
People say that, but I wouldn't say so. I think like my views and my subscribers were growing gradually. It's that I did change one thing last year and I started using the camera. I finally showed my face, but that made a change, I would say. Yeah. It made me maybe I don't know what to say. How would I put it? But my views are basically the same. They're not much bigger. They're close. So I think it was pretty gradual. But yeah, revealing my face finally probably helped with like my name, putting my face out there, my name. Yeah,
I think because you're a bodybuilder and you're jacked. I think that showing
not like
yourself
you guys, but
actually
okay.
that I think that definitely helped your case. I think people want to see you if you like look like a bodybuilder or you have like a unique look to you or something, you know.
Did you always do daily uploads?
Yeah, since the day one,
Okay,
basically. Yeah, yeah.
I don't
yeah,
know how you
because
guys do that shit.
I saw your uploads as of like I think last year while getting ready for Tampa, and I was like, it was just one of those things like when I do a prep, I'm completely immersed in bodybuilding, so I'm like watching everything. And then you
Hmm.
you popped up, but you kept popping up like daily. It said like hours ago that you posted this, hours ago, a day ago. Like, oh shit, okay, well, so I started watching.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and are you watching Extract and Power at the same time or not?
Um, I haven't watched niggas much because your video comes up first. So I pick your video.
Yeah, yeah, I get that.
But look, I'm the worst, bro. I hate drama,
Mhm.
but I'm like a woman. As long as it doesn't involve me, I'm like, oh, what the fuck's going on here?
I know how it is. I mean, I hate talking about it as well, but it gets the views, so I don't know.
It does. It gets me. I'm like, oh, what? What? They're beefing now.
I know.
But there's a way to cover drama though. Like I feel like you can cover it and make it exciting, but not necessarily like overly rude, right? Like okay, TMZ does well, right? TMZ is juicy drama. Sometimes they even go like too far, but the way they do it, they kind of do it like I don't know. It's still kind of like a little unbiased. It's just like a little bit of a, it's
Mhm,
like
mhm.
it's not meant to be like super aggressive or anything. It's just like here's a drama. This is what we think about it
Yeah,
a little bit, you know.
I
The
know
So
what
best
you're
line,
saying.
the best line ever though, bro, was when he was like, everyone's talking about Martin getting blocked by Martin. I haven't gotten blocked yet. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. That shit fucking killed me, bro. I
I
literally would
tried hard.
watch just to see if we got blocked yet.
And I did in the end. You lucky though.
Sorry, I had to throw that in there. That was like the fucking
that's
greatest thing ever.
how
That was a big achievement for me. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fucking
what
funny.
what do you have to do to get blocked? Because I don't think he blocked me neither. Like what's the criteria you need to fit to get blocked, or maybe the criteria you need to fit to not get blocked? Because I think me and Ivan both give our honest opinions about Martin. Like we don't like we're not like talking shit, but we're not like praising him neither. We're just saying like like kind of the truth, right? So if
Honestly, I thought that the reason he didn't block me right away is because he didn't know about my channel. That's the only explanation I got because I was roasting him for a while before everybody else.
you was, but
Yeah.
does he follow you on Instagram?
N- No, he knew about me when we were both sponsored by Hostile.
Yeah, he
I
has to know
think
much.
because he replied to some of my comments on IG, but I don't know if he knew about my channel. I don't know. I don't think he was watching the videos because I was roasting him ever since he attacked Giles. Because he's one of us. He's a media guy, and I didn't want something like that to happen to me on a show or something. So I attacked him after that, and I didn't take it easy. But yeah, it took him a long time. And what you said about TMZ, I don't know exactly how TMZ does it, but I think Fuad, with his news channel, he's very good at covering drama without getting really involved in it and giving his like subjective opinion. I am a little bit more personal. I do attack people a little more, I would say, but I'm not like Greg Doucette. He's on the next level, I would say. And I watched Greg's video recently about Larry Wheels. Somebody actually was it Johnny Bravo, John Bravo, revealed some texts like some crazy sexual things that he was doing. Or like that was too much. I started watching that video. I was like, this is way too much drama. I don't want to watch this shit. But yeah, what I do is kind of like in between. I would say Greg the Set and I don't know Fuad or Nick Strength and Power.
Yeah. I think you cover it in an unfiltered way. You're not
Yeah.
trying to be positive or negative. I feel like it's your honest opinion. And I don't think people will hate you for your. I'm okay. The athletes might, if they're in prep, they. Let's be real, like Joe. When you're in prep and you're not in the best like mood, shit does irk you, right? It's just natural. You get a little more. So they might be mad at you for a little bit or whatever, but it won't be that deep. I think if people feel like with Greg, I don't think that's necessarily just his opinion. I believe he's intentionally adding extra fuel because it
Mhm,
will get views, right? It might
mhm,
be part of his opinion, but I think he
mhm,
is adding some fuel to the fire. Whereas you don't come off like you're adding fuel, it's just how you feel. And as long as
mhm,
it's genuinely you, I don't think you can be a bad guy if people feel like you're just being yourself, you know.
mhm.
Besides Martin, I
Yes,
guess I think Martin is being himself, but
yes, yes. I agree with you 100%. And I said something similar about Muscle Discord. I said that he is kind of like fabricating his opinions a little bit because he knows he's gonna get some clicks. But me, yeah, I'm trying to just say my own opinion, honest opinion, and that's it. And I sometimes try to make it more funny, and I kind of, I make fun of some people. But as far as opinions, they are my honest opinions. Yeah.
see when Muscle Discord started, I think when he was getting traction at first because he was more like you. It was very honest and blunt, but it wasn't like over the top for the sake of being over the top.
Mm.
And this is just from
Greg
the outside
Doucette was
looking.
like that too, right? Like Greg Doucette
Exactly.
was he
Exactly.
became super bashful and just harsh as hell when she had an audience because I think he
Yeah.
wanted to keep growing it, so he kind of like shifted the trajectory to more shit talking
Mm.
people, and it just got him more people.
Yeah, his first videos were about like training and gear and
SARMs.
bodybuilding SARMs. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And then he
Uh,
pivoted to drama, and that's it.
I'm not gonna lie, but if I'm being honest, it was kind of boring though. The SARMs and stuff were super boring. So he probably did the right thing, honestly.
Honestly, I actually like his videos at the beginning, and now I can't watch this stuff.
See, at the time, like the gear talk, I did like that early on.
Hmm.
But if it was now, I probably wouldn't because you get to a point where you don't care about gear talk neither, right? You already know that,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
I only watch his video like once a month. I might see a video that it's a little interesting. I'm like, let me see. Yeah, I want to see his take on it. But I never finish the videos, but I
Mm.
can start it.
Yeah,
Like
yeah. Same here.
Muscle Discord. I don't watch his YouTube, but like the Instagram.
Yeah,
Sometimes I'm like, hey, I might watch like 3 seconds, then I'm like, I can't watch this shit. But I got to see those at least. I got to see at least 5 seconds of it, at least.
yeah, yeah.
But
I watch his reels. I watch his reels till the end. But
oh yeah,
YouTube, no, no. But yeah, Muscle Discord reels, I like them. Yeah, even though he's being like an asshole, like big time. But I like it. I find it funny.
I will say early on, I actually did like his channel. I respected it because at the time, nobody was super honest. It was like people would like get somebody on a podcast and glaze them, and then like another time when they're not on the podcast, kind of talk shit behind their back. Or I don't know if that makes sense. They were like nobody was being honest. They were just saying what they thought they should say. And he was just saying what he actually felt. He had Nick sitting in front of him on a podcast, and he was like, "Yeah, but you got a wide waist," and it didn't come off like he was trying to disrespect him. He was just speaking the truth, and I respected that. And I know Nick respected it because Nick would have never done his podcast if he didn't respect it.
Yeah.
But then I think maybe the views weren't. This is like just what I think looking in. I think the views maybe weren't going up as fast as he wanted, maybe. And then I saw him slowly just get more and more aggressive with it, and his views did go up. But the issue
Mm.
is, if it worth it for everybody to dislike you, and now he can't get anybody on his podcast, really.
Mm.
Um, or some people are gonna not like you no matter what. But if it worth it for the entire industry to hate you just to get more views, or
Mm.
short term maybe, but long term, I don't think that's viable because companies won't want to work with you, and nobody will want to work with you as far as athletes. You can't really go to shows because some people are
Mm.
gonna like they're gonna try to. You might get jumped. Like let's be honest. Bodybuilders are
Yeah.
tough guys, but if you hurt people's feelings enough, somebody might put hands on you. So
Well, yeah, I'm kind of the same spot. I mean, not like Muscle Discord, but it's similar. I don't know what would it be like if somebody recognized me actually at some shows. Some of the guys that blocked me, for example, Martin or Samson. I don't know who else.
it would have to be a hothead. I can see maybe Martin. It would have to be
Yeah.
a hothead, but like if you're a decent person, I don't think you cross the line to that extent. But like some people, like even Sean Ray, he's had a handful of people come up to him. He's
I
lucky because
know.
he's older, so out of respect, You'd be like, okay, you're lucky. You're a little older than me. I'll let you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't care. They can come at me. I'm 6'2". I don't think
yeah,
they
you'll
would
be fine.
be. And I'm Serbian also. So yeah.
Exactly. Hey, one thing people do pick and choose who to start. If you were like 5'3", oh yeah, they would be all.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what we got today. Hey, the last episode, Joe, you see the text? The last episode we did, my hard drive like crashed or something. I don't know what the fuck happened, and that
Yeah,
was that
so
was that's terrible. I'm gonna try to get it back, but let's see. So let's see what's going on back in the. Hey, I want to get Ivan's
Ivan.
thoughts. Ivan, how do you pronounce your name for?
Well, actually, yeah, Joe said it perfectly. It's even, but honestly, I'm starting to like the Ivan thing. It's easier for guys to pronounce. So whatever, whichever
It
is
makes you
easier for
sound.
you.
It makes you sound more American.
Yeah,
Ivan,
exactly.
Ivan.
Yeah.
Hey, I remember somebody telling me that you don't really have an accent. That you're like that you make your accent stronger, and I'm like. That
Oh
sounds
no.
strange. I'm pretty sure you have that. I'm pretty sure you have the accent.
He just doesn't
Yeah.
have a. He just doesn't have a juicy story right now, bro. Doesn't your voice kind of get deeper and heightened when you're about to say some cool shit? Like, oh, just wait till I tell you this.
Yeah, I'm not yelling right now, but no, I'm trying to soften the accent to make it sound more American, but it's not working. It's my
when,
accent.
when
You're
people
like a young Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Thank you. It's better than like Borat.
Yeah.
oh boy,
As people like to
boy,
say.
that's funny.
Yeah.
No, when people get excited, their accents come out a lot more. Um,
Uh-huh.
Ivan, what's the best page, right, for like for contest photos? Would you say?
For
Because there's so many
contest
pages.
photos, it'll
There's so many
probably be
pages
on the
now.
stage TV. I'm not sure.
They're the best for everything at this point when it comes to like
Yeah,
coverage. This
yeah.
this guy this guy doesn't play. I'm a pro bodybuilder. But what were your thoughts on the placings at the Arnold past couple weekends? Did you agree with the placings?
I mean, yeah, I was sure that Nick won it. I didn't expect Andrew to win. I thought Andrew was going to be in third because usually with that kind of shape that he brought, he would place lower than Hadi and Nick and the other guys who were, had worse structure, who were shorter. But I guess this time around they chose Andrew because my guess is they just want to go in that direction. So I don't have a problem with that. I wanted to see Andrew win, and he was on. He wasn't exactly off, but he wasn't as on as Nick was. But I also believe they punished Nick for his stomach, so that's something we need to pay attention to. And he was letting it go in the transitions. So in IFBB over here, in European IFBB, the other IFBB, they punish you for a big stomach. They place you dead last, even if you are the best. So that's how
Damn.
severe they are. Yeah, yeah. Gyno is not that bad. It's like maybe 2 or 3 spots, but stomach is the worst. And finally, they're punishing that as well in the IFBB. So in IFBB Pro League. So it's good. I don't have a problem with the results. I didn't expect it to be that way, but I see it for sure.
You see, to
I
me, there's a difference between a distended stomach and a waistline. Like, I don't see his stomach distended per se.
Mm.
I
not
can
in the
see how
book.
yeah, like see right there. Like I can see it pop out a little
See
bit.
right
Yeah,
there.
see right there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
but
popping out, man.
that's like transitions and shit. I guess
Yeah.
I understand even as myself. Like we teach, or my coach tells me not to ever let it spill out on any transition, so I
Mhm.
don't. But it's like, man, like it's almost like they're looking for a reason for him to not win compared to like this isn't why he won. Does that make sense? It's like we
Yeah.
need to find a way to make him not win. He's really good right now, but we need to find something. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying, but I don't know if I agree with that. I think he was letting it go way too much in the transitions, and if he had it perfectly controlled, if he learned how to pull a vacuum, which I don't think it's impossible. I mean, what do you think? You're also a huge guy like that. Like, is it possible for you guys to pull a vacuum to learn how to do it?
It's hard once you start eating, but
Mhm.
like I don't know how much it takes to fill up his body. I probably have a better chance at it because I don't have to do much to fill up. but it is harder when you're opposing so hard against everybody. Like you just run out of breath, so it makes it really hard to keep it
I
up.
know that, yeah. But
But
like when
now,
you are
So
in your prep, when you're depleted, when your stomach is empty, can you do it? Can you pull a deep
uh,
vacuum?
it's not deep, but I can pull somewhat of a vacuum. I can. I did
You
it
can suck
this
your
last
stomach
prep.
in at least.
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
I
see,
think that's
I
what
think
Nick should
Nick's
do.
somebody that I think Nick's somebody though that again I don't know, but I think he has to eat more to fill up. So
Guy
it's probably
talked
way
about it.
harder.
Yeah, Guy talked about it. He actually did eat like 1,000 grams of carbs for a couple of days before the show. They actually tried
Yeah,
to
see.
front load, but he was still burning through a lot. And the guy gave him a burger and fries, but it messed up his stomach and it wasn't enough. So yes, he had to eat into the show. But that can maybe be fixed, somehow. But I think I don't know if that's the issue because I thought Nick is like the hardest working bodybuilder and he's probably doing a lot of work on every aspect, like practicing posing and everything. But Kyle actually told me on a podcast that he's lazy with that. Like he doesn't practice posing at all. And Nick spoke about it after that as well. He doesn't do any posing basically. He learned how to pose a long time ago, and just like many bodybuilders, he's being lazy about that.
Yeah,
So
I've
if
always
he,
posed like 10 weeks out. Like we start 10 weeks out every day pretty much until the show for rounds that we like gradually increase the rounds the more depleted we get. So we
yeah,
condition our bodies for it. But yeah, I don't know for Nick. I can't speak for Nick.
what that's the funny part when people talk about hard work. Hard work can mean
Mhm.
so many different things.
Oh
Hard work
yeah,
can mean if we're talking about staying on your diet and training, well then yeah, Nick is probably one of the most hardworking guys, right? But
hmm,
somebody like Andrew in the past, we've heard that he's having muscle milk backstage or whatever the case is. But Andrew was doing 2 or 3 hours of cardio, and I know I know for a fact he was practicing posing in a hot ass garage like three
hmm,
times a day for like an hour, right? So then it's like,
yeah,
well, are you gonna tell that guy he doesn't work hard, right? No, he's
yeah,
fucking work.
yeah.
So it's like hard work can mean so much different things. I think we all have our areas where we're better and worse than other people, So to each his own. But I think we all agree with the waist thing. It's a matter of how much are we willing to give and take? Because I'm sure all three of us agree if your waist is out, of course you're gonna get judged for it. I think where
Hmm.
we disagree is does it count as much in the poses or should it count more in the transitions? Should it be equal? And should you get last place like in Serbia? Or should you get second? Or should you win because you're so much better everywhere else? I think that's what we disagree on. And I think I'm in between both of you. I think you should for sure be punished for your waist. But in the poses, if it's perfect, I don't think you should get punished as much. Transitions have to count, but I think in Nick's case, it counts a little bit too much because everybody's already looking at it so hard, right? Whereas Andrew lets his stomach go, but his stomach is already so small that nobody cares. But I would argue Andrew let his stomach go more than Nick. But when you're 6'2" with a 30-inch waist, it doesn't matter that much. So I would argue Nick controls his waist better than the first call out. They just don't have to, you know.
I don't think it's like just the work you do, the work you put in as far as controlling the midsection. It's actually what you look like on stage, and if you're not controlling it, you're gonna look bad. And people are
Yeah,
gonna judges are gonna look at you when you are not in the poses, when you're transitioning as well. So I mean,
yeah,
it's not like everybody goes close their eyes and wait for you to hit the pose.
this is
You
true. This
know,
is true. Yeah, this is why watching the show online versus in person can be different sometimes because
of course, yeah.
I've seen it. I've seen it with Rolly versus Dexter. Everybody's like, how the fuck does Dexter beat Rolly at 280? And I was there, and Rolly sweat when you're dripping in sweat and you're going like this, and it looks so bad, and then your stomach is out, and you just like he Steve was like, "Are you okay, Rolly?" Like what the fuck. So it's like at that point, I knew Rolly was gonna lose. So I'm like, there's no way you can win. But if you're looking at home and you're looking at the poses, whoa, most muscular he wins, front double he wins, side check. How is Rolly not winning the show? Well, you
Yeah.
have to be there to see it. But everybody there did say Nick won, to be fair, But hey,
And
well,
online as
not
well.
everybody. Yeah, yeah. I mean, part of it is also like we're really. I don't. We all had Andrew winning, most of us, or Heidi, right? So Nick coaching himself, we knew he would look decent or good, but I don't think anybody thought he would be his best ever. So I think when we saw it, we were kind of in shock, like, holy fuck, he's gonna win for sure. I think that
Yeah.
plays a part as well,
Little did
So,
we know that he was actually coached by Guy, full time coach.
but I
What do
think
you guys
I
think about
think
that?
I didn't even know until you put it on your video. I was like, wait, what? And then when you clipped the part, so I didn't watch Fuad's podcast about that.
Uh-huh.
So, but I mean, it sounds like he had a hand in it with about 10 weeks out or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, but this is why Nick probably doesn't want to talk about it because it becomes such a big thing. I think that's all it is. I don't think because he's been trying to give him credit, but honestly, I didn't ask him, but I think that he doesn't want to talk about it too much because it becomes news. Anybody who coaches Nick is gonna become headline news. Let's say it's not Guy. Let's say if it was you, Ivan. He says, okay, he can say, yo, thank you, Ivan, for keeping an eye on me. That's one thing. But if he said, Ivan bodybuilding, he coached me for the show, it's going to go crazy. The guy already said he doesn't want to coach people. Your DMs are going to be flooded. Everybody's going to be like, guys, who's the best coach of the year? Guys, just that. It's going to be such hoopla that I think he just wants to keep that quiet so they can just compete. I don't think it's like, that's one of his best friends. I don't think it's like, I don't want to give him credit. I think it's more of like let's just keep this quiet. And I do agree. It seems pretty obvious that Guy is coaching because Guy said it. Right? Guy isn't gonna lie.
Yeah.
So I think it's more to keep it down. That's why Guy was like, "Okay, you mind taking down the video just because he doesn't want it to blow up too much." But I think it's innocent. I think they just don't want people talking
I
about it too much. But
I
it's
disagree.
bodybuilding. You don't think so? What do
I
you
don't
think?
think so. I think uh, I think Nick asked him for help, and he liked how it went, and eventually he asked Guy to continue just prepping him, and I'm
Mm.
pretty sure the agreement was to never share it because my guess is because maybe Nick didn't want the publicity, the whole story, the drama, and everything like that. But I don't think Guy was happy with that in the
Mm.
end because he brought Nick at his absolute best, and it's a crazy promo, like you said. It's a story. So Fuad knew about it as well, and I'm sure Fuad invited him to share the story with the world because he also wasn't happy with the way Nick handled it. And Guy came on and gave us the full story, the whole story. And of course, I'm pretty sure Guy wanted us to pick up the story and to share it for Guy to get the promo because the next day, Guy shared his stories on his IG. Send me the word, I don't know, diet, whatever. I'm going to send you a plan. So he
Wait,
did it to promote himself as a coach, really. He said he doesn't want to prep a whole bunch of pros, but regular people, he's going to get like 1,000 clients from this, probably.
yeah, but the issue is Guy is extremely busy. Guy had other businesses and he's at his gym full time. I,
Yeah,
I
I know. He's not going to do anything himself. Probably somebody else is going to send the
oh well
clients.
then okay that's the if he wants just like the respect of it is one thing, or if he wants like lifestyle people, I could see that.
Mhm.
But I honestly don't think Guy wants clients, But I don't know. Like I guess none of us knows for sure, but I just don't see Guy wanting clients. But like you said, if the agreement was for them to keep it quiet, why did he say anything then? Right. So there has to
Well,
be a reason why.
he
There has to
probably
be a reason.
I'm guessing he probably talked to Nick and asked him, "Is it okay to share the story?" I'm gonna say that I was just your help, your friend, your help. I'm not gonna say I coached you, and that's exactly what Guy said. He said it so many times. I was just a friend. I just helped him. I was his second pair of the eyes, whatever. But he gave us the details. So I think Guy knows exactly what he did. And also he knew that Nick is not gonna just fire him or whatever because I think Nick respects him he likes him as a friend, and also they worked phenomenal together, and I think Nick needs Guy now. So I think
Yeah.
guy just used this opportunity to, to create a great promo for himself and to earn a whole bunch of money. No, he's not going to coach anybody, those guys. But you know how it works with the top coaches. Like the top coaches, they don't work with the people actually. Like they have people who work under them and they contact the people they actually work. So yeah, somebody as popular
Yeah.
as guy, he probably has like 1,000 people in his DMs right now asking for coaching. Of course, he's not
Yeah.
going to prep them, but I'm just speaking, honest opinions. Again,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's I think I'm
Yeah.
right, but yeah.
Any coach who has more than 50 clients, even like and they're replying to you daily, multiple times a day with full paragraphs. They're probably not coaching you. Like they're
Oh,
probably not.
well,
Now
50 is low. I have almost 40 clients, and I reply to my clients like all the
multiple
time.
times a day.
Yeah, yeah, but I don't
Okay.
have
Okay.
like a wife and a family. All I do is
Yeah.
I coach and I do YouTube. So I think
Yeah.
50 is okay, but like over 100,
100.
150, at that point it becomes a full-time job if you are really that devoted. But
Yeah.
some guys who are not exactly professional coaches and they are there all the time for you. Like one of my friends from Serbia hired Chris Acito, and he might be watching this podcast now, and he's convinced that it was Chris who DM'd him. Like he was texting him at like 5 a.m. Serbian time, which is I don't know, like 3 a.m. I don't know. It was some crazy time, and I'm sure it wasn't Chris really, but
With,
yeah.
with with Chris, I actually believe Chris does all his clients. I
You
actually,
think so?
I actually believe because the way he replies, he replies in a way that's very Chris, and he does, but he doesn't spend a lot of time replying. He's very short. I don't know if he was short with your friend, but he's super
I don't
short.
know.
Yeah, he's usually super short, and Chris is very wealthy. Like more wealthy than anybody thinks. More
I heard that. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
And I
But
heard about his replies that they're very short, like something like burger. That's it,
yeah,
or good.
some
Yeah,
some people hate it, but I got to be honest. I've never seen somebody hate it and look bad. Even if they hate it, they usually look good. I think it's
yeah,
hard to. I think it's so simple that because you're paying a lot of money. So when something is so simple, but you pay a lot of money, you kind of feel like slighted. But if you look good, then it's kind of like that's kind of what you're paying for, in some kind
yeah,
of ways. You know.
yeah. That's why I started recently. Charging 3 months minimum, because some guys come to
Exactly.
me 1 month and they say I don't make any changes. For example, when it happens, and they probably give up. They think, oh, he gave me the plan; it's going to be the same plan forever. But if nothing is changing, nothing is happening, nothing bad is happening. It's everything running smoothly. Why would I change a plan? So if they stay for 3 months, after 3 months, they'll see the results. So yeah,
Yeah. The best thing you can do if you have the clientele is charge for the fucking year because
yeah.
a lot of clients are young. They don't get it. They honestly think
Mm,
if I work with Ivan, work with Joe, work with Beatty, I'm gonna take bits and pieces of their secrets, and I'm gonna put together master plan, and I'm gonna be Mr. Olympia. This is how
mm.
they think. I'm gonna work with Ivan for a month. I'm gonna get all his insulin secrets from Serbia, right? Boy, this how they. I mean, I can't lie. I kind of thought a little bit the same when I was like 21. Like, yeah, I didn't
Mm.
do it, but I kind of thought you could do that.
Yeah.
So if
Yeah.
you work with them for a month, they're gonna bullshit and not yeah. So I try to do 3 to 6 months, something like that for the most part. But
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
know guys like Chris, they do a year. If you
Mm.
give them the 5 grand or somewhere around there, it might change. They're gonna do the entire. If you want to work for the entire year, they'll prep you for the entire year. If you want to do one show, you
Mhm.
can do one show. You know, that's how
For
it
me, it's
goes.
3 months. I have like three plans: 3 months, 6 months, and a year. And you can choose one of those because I don't know, maybe 6 months is a lot of money for some people. So I thought 3 months makes sense. But yeah, you're right. Like at one point when I basically first started competing and I started making money through YouTube, I hired Milos Harcher to prep me. And I thought he's gonna make me a pro. I'm gonna go to the Mr. Olympia now. He's gonna reveal all these secrets, crazy insulin protocols. And I did the insulin protocols, and I just got fat. So I realized it's not exactly the way there is no secret formula. It's just consistent work, and that's it. It's pretty simple actually.
I actually have a copy of that protocol. Did I ever send it to you, Joe?
I was given it by somebody else a long time ago. I think the same guy sent it to me, you, and whoever was on that current podcast.
Yeah, yeah. The funny part is, I looked at it, I'm like, you're either gonna be the biggest motherfucker on the planet, or you're gonna get fat. I'm gonna get fat. I don't even have to try it
Yeah,
to though. I'm gonna get fat as shit. You know,
yeah, yeah. I
if you
think
have the
it's like I
Mhm.
think it's good for people with crazy fast metabolism. Like for example, Roman Fritz, who is dieting on like 1,000 grams of carbs or whatever. If
Yeah,
somebody is like that and they can't get all the food in through complex carbs, then just shove in a bunch of sugar and insulin, and you're gonna get the calories in, and you're gonna grow probably.
yeah. Or do like a modified version of it, which is what most coaches, if your metabolism is holding on, you're gonna work up to something close to that eventually, but just not. It's not like a plan that you would get unless it got up to that point.
Yeah,
But most people, I don't think can handle that. You know.
yeah,
But
yeah, yeah. And
but
immediately like that, he put me on like 800 grams of carbs immediately.
exactly,
Yeah,
exactly.
for the
All right.
sake of it.
Uh, let's do the UK prediction real quick. It's not many
Okay.
people showing up. I think Mo Fuda is not doing it. I believe. Let me
Yeah,
see.
he's out
He's out.
with a very stupid reason, to be honest.
You know, they don't find people anymore.
It
You
seems
know,
like it. Yeah.
I think if you have a legitimate, I don't want to do parentheses, but I think if you have a reason that can be deemed as legitimate, even if we know it's probably not legitimate, I think they probably don't want to say anything. Because if you say, "Hey, I have a doctor's note," like what they
Mm,
were saying, but like like you can't say no, you can't have a doctor's note because you can get a doctor's note. So it's like,
mm,
does that mean it's legit? No, but technically, you probably can't get fined if you have a doctor's note, right?
yeah.
You know,
That's what Andrea, what's his name? Mamoli has had
that's
for Detroit. Yeah. And Fool kind of made,
exactly.
made fun of him.
Or what if I say, okay, he's from Egypt, right? What if I say, some family tragedy, right? Well,
Mm,
are you gonna call Egypt? Like who are you gonna reach out? Like you can't. You're gonna say, "Oh, we're gonna find you because your grandma is sick." You can't really do that morally, but you can't prove that his grandma is or isn't sick. So then it's
you're
kind of
right.
like,
Yeah. It
yeah,
makes no sense. You can't find it. Yeah.
yeah. But unfortunately for the promoters, it's not the what the fuck? It's not the best. But
Yeah.
that's kind of what happens now.
And he was
Okay,
honest. He was like, I want to get started with my off season. And that's it.
exactly. So people were saying bodybuilders don't compete anymore, but then we had a couple years where they competed maybe too much, and then
Yeah.
it's like they all do the same shows, and then nobody does these shows, but everybody does the other shows. All
Yeah.
right, so like the Tampa, Texas area, New York pro, a lot of people could get in those shows. You know,
Yeah.
this. All right, let's see the lineup.
Joe, which shows are you doing this year? Tampa in Texas,
Ta-
right?
Tampa for sure. We're gonna play it by ear.
Mm-hmm.
There's no, yeah. I kind of like, I kind of want to do that whole like. I believe I'm gonna win Tampa and just focus on solely that,
I think
and
so too.
then
Yeah.
yeah. So I really want to just be ready for the Olympia. In my head, I'm winning one show at least. So whatever show that is, cut it there and go to the Olympia. That's in my head what I think I should do. So
I can
those,
say in the top 10 of the Mr. Olympia this year.
thank you. That's the goal. I always said that was my whenever I did make it to the Olympia in my career, that I needed to be top 10. Not that anything outside of that's anything to, shy away from, but like when Jordan beat me in Texas, I was kind of happy with it because I would have ended up in
Mm,
the same spot as him, close to it. And again, it's just a major goal of mine to make it my first one top 10.
yeah. With the improvements you made this year, I can see that for sure.
Yeah, and I just had another year under my belt, and I knew, like in bodybuilding, time is a variable that so many people skip out on. But if you allow your body to rest, recover, and grow, you're gonna make drastic improvements in a year if you do everything right.
Yeah.
So
Easy for you
I
to say,
didn't.
Joe.
It is easy for me to say. It's just because I know what I do. So it's kind of like I didn't do anything different. I just did everything the same for another year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm seeing progress with my physique as well, but of course not as fast as yours. But for my division and everything, yeah, like time is the thing. How heavy do you think you're gonna be
I,
this
I
year?
think I think for sure between 255, 260. I was
And last year,
247 on stage last year.
yeah, that's gonna be enough for the top 10. I think if you nail the condition.
Yeah, I'm 5'8", so I know that's a big frame, like with or I'm sorry, that's a big
Mm,
bodybuilder on stage.
yeah.
Like Nick is still bigger
Oh,
than
you're
me
5'8".
muscle wise. Yeah, I'm 5'8".
I thought you were shorter.
No, thank
Mhm.
God.
He looks he looks more like 5'9" in person because of
Oh,
his
really?
structure. Yeah, and
Oh,
he was about to say something that I agree with. Like Nick has more muscle per square inch, but Joe looks bigger than Nick because of his frame. He's much wider than Nick,
uh,
like much wider. I mean, he's
that's
wider than almost everybody. If I'm being honest, for his
That's
height.
probably why. That's probably why I think he's shorter because he's so wide. It doesn't make
Yeah,
sense to be 5'8" with that
if
weight.
if you see it in person, is very different than what you would think it is. But yeah, I
Mm.
was gonna say just the difference between the off seasons because I know how crazy he looked last year. I haven't seen Joe this offseason, so I'm trying to conceptualize how this would look in person. But on stage is gonna be a crazy improvement if this is the difference of the offseason to somebody who was
These are
already a mass
drastic
muscle.
improvements. Yeah,
Huh?
these are drastic improvements.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
so
drastic improvements from somebody who was one of the biggest, hardest people that we saw on stage last year. So that's why
Yeah,
I'm like it's gonna be pretty crazy. Yeah.
yeah. Dennis James
I,
said that Andrew's back double bicep is the best in the world, and I talked about it, and I had Joe's in my top three or four for sure. I would have him above Andrew in the back double.
I mean, yeah. Well, he said take out the lower body, but you can't take out the lower body.
Yeah, you
yeah,
can.
that's part of the back double.
I,
Yeah,
I mean,
Nick, Derek, and Joe. That's top three
I mean,
back double.
I can say I have the best front double if you take out the lower body and the forearms and the chest. just look at my
Yeah,
biceps, So it's like you can't do that.
yeah.
The whole body counts. Okay, but yeah,
I
that's
think
that's
was
gonna
it
be
you?
crazy.
Was it you? Even that you said, I hope it was worth the loss of hair. I'm pretty sure it is. I think that's what you said. I want to say it was you.
I'm not
Someone
sure.
said that shit,
Maybe.
and I was like, "Oh, that was funny as fuck." I was like,
Wait,
I,
Oh, yeah, I did. I remember.
I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure it was you.
yeah,
Because
yeah. I
all I did,
remember.
the only difference in my hair actually in those pictures when you said that, I was like, I literally just get it cut shorter now. I just let it grow out back
Ah,
then, so I get it cut
okay.
shorter.
hey,
Uh,
that
Glad
that's
you
a
found
that's
it funny.
that's a real question though, man. Like when there was a time where I was doing master on off season, and I knew every off season when I did master on, I lose a lot of hair. So I was
uh,
like, is it worth it for me to lose my hair? And obviously, as you can see, it was worth it because I don't have hair. I don't have long hair anymore.
Yeah, yeah.
well, see, when I look at those pictures, I'm like, it was definitely worth it. Like like
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
for me,
Oh,
it was
that.
mainly genetic. Like my brother is losing hair, and he's not even doing steroids or anything.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
my dad had a really high headline or airline.
Uh huh.
So if I ever showed pictures of my dad, it looks identical to mine. And he lived until 59. He had a full head of hair still. So I don't know if mine will go completely or if his is going to go later on, but it looks like mine's going to go though from where I'm looking like because back here it looks like it's starting to thin out in certain areas. Oh shit!
So it
But
starts.
Well,
That's how it
if you
starts.
didn't go away at 31, maybe you can do a hair transplant and then make it just a little bit thicker, right?
yeah, if I it's one of those things that's funny, like I remember when Ian Valliere got his, it was weird because he got it kind of lower, like
It
with
was
his
too low.
original.
Too low, yeah.
But now I'm used to seeing it. Like it took me a while, but now I see it. I'm like, okay, this is kind of normal to me. But it was so drastically different. It's kind of
That's
like so. If
that,
it looks
that
too different than I originally have it, I feel like it's gonna look weird. I've thought about
yeah.
that.
Yeah, it's always weird because they can't make the peach fuzz, right? It has to be
Yeah,
thick all the way down. And also, I don't know why Ian did it because his front part was good. It's just the back that
it
he
was
had a
the
bald
back.
spot,
Yeah,
and
Yeah,
that stayed
but
the same.
why did he do the front instead of the back? He should have done the back first.
I
Because the
have no
front
idea.
well, because the front was like here. Let's say where mine was. This is fine. But he bought
Yeah,
the front here and then he left the back bald.
makes zero sense.
He said he's gonna do the back, but I would have started with the back probably.
I would
I don't
have
know.
just done the back. His front was great, actually.
I thought it was
It
great
was
too.
better before, honestly.
Yeah, yeah. Here's the thing, like, if you're like in your 30s, right? You're not gonna have a high school hairline, no matter what, no
Yeah,
matter who you are. But you don't want to because it looks strange.
yeah,
You want to kind of have it like four. I say four. Four head is good. You don't want a three head.
yeah.
If you have this, no. You could even go. I could even go a 5 head. Nah, maybe not.
Did
But a
you
four head is
did you
good.
see guys
I
guys
have a
here?
forehead with my fingers. My fingers, it's a forehead. See that? But
Oh,
then over here, that's where it start getting a little high right here.
but Joe, to be
Yeah,
fair, you got
that's
big
good.
hands, man. You got big fingers,
That's
Joe.
what I said. For me, it's a forehead. But if you ask
Yeah.
Ashley to put her hand on my head, it's like 6.
Hey, yeah, with guy, honestly, but guy wasn't bald, right? Am I tripping? He wasn't fully
No,
bald.
he his hair was really thin though, I think.
It's pretty
Okay,
bald.
is he? And now he has hair, regular hair, no?
Guys is probably the best one I've seen.
Oh,
Okay,
really?
The best
okay.
hand transplant I've seen.
The last time I saw it on Ford's podcast, they kind of made fun of him. It looked ridiculous.
Yeah,
I think
but
if he mohawks it now, right? Or something like that.
I'm not sure what it looks like right now, but at that time it was just terrible.
it looks like it looks a little bit strange, but from where he started to where he is now, it is a pretty big difference. Like all this shit is amazing to me. I'm like, wow, this is crazy. Who would have thought you could do some shit like this,
I
But
know. He also
uh,
had a pretty good bald head, He had a good shape, so I don't know why he did it, but whatever.
I honestly think some people look better bald.
He
I
looked better bald.
I don't want to see Branch Warren with like a cow lick like haircut. I don't want to see
Damn,
that.
I
You
never
know,
even thought about that.
like what is that? When I see pictures of Branch with hair,
Funny.
I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, what
I
the fuck is
know.
that? you got a blonde cow lick hair. I'm like, whoa, Branch, no, just cut it off, Branch.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
some people imagine Stone Cold Steve Austin with like a high top
That's
fade
exactly
or
who I
something.
pictured.
You like
That's who I pictured.
we don't want to see
Right,
we don't want to see any of that, bro. Ronnie
yeah.
Coleman, I don't know if it was a toupee, what it was. Ronnie Coleman in '07 had like a high top, flat top. I was like, Ronnie? No, 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 no. You
Yeah.
got to wear with the gloves. You can wear the gloves at the gym, but you can't do the high top fade, Ronnie. We got to draw the line. We got to draw the line somewhere. So, yeah, some people just, I think bald is better for some people. That's why I
Yeah,
tried
man.
it. I tried it myself, and
Yeah.
I looked. I actually right around me. Hey, what you think? If you ask the girls are gonna say, yeah. Girls don't give a fuck about guys here. Oh, every girl gonna say, yeah, he
Yeah.
looks great. You got to ask the guys that are close to you. Like, hey, Paul, what you think? Paul was
Mm,
like, I think I like the long hair better. I'm like, that's the honest answer. You know,
yeah.
It'd
Yeah.
be
When
it'd
I
be it'd
started,
be a real ones.
you got to ask the honest people. Yeah,
yeah. When I had a full head of hair, I was cutting it very short, like really short, almost bald. And when I started losing it, I started growing it and tried to cover it up to do the, how you call it, comb over, right?
of course, yeah.
And it looked ridiculous. And I have some photos of me back then. It's so stupid. And I just shaved it off, and I loved it how it looked when I was bald. And I just never tried to grow it anymore.
Granted, I never seen you with hair, but I don't think you have to. I think you can tell. This goes with you. This goes with you.
Yes,
You
I
know.
love it.
You know.
It's clean also, and you don't have to worry about it too much.
Yeah, yeah. Because I've seen bald people that I thought, I probably look better with some hair. You know.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
see
There are
that?
some people for sure. Yeah,
As long
some
as you
people
can have
do
a
need a hair.
beard,
Huh?
if you have a beard and your head doesn't have some crazy wrinkly shit going on top, you'll be all
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
without a beard, it's tough. Maybe
You're
Rock
gonna
could
have
pull
it.
it off, but it's tough.
Oh, you're gonna have a tough time. You gotta be a really great looking guy. You have to have some
Yeah,
really nice symmetry going on. You gotta have
yeah,
some, the right wrinkles in the right
Good-
places.
yeah, and a good
Yeah, yeah.
jawline as well.
Oh, the
Big jaw.
jawline. Oh, the jawline. To be honest, I don't know what my jawline looks like. I haven't seen it. I
Mine
don't
is
know.
so short, man. Like when I cut my beard off, it's like half of my face is gone. Kind of like Fuad, and I hate it.
Well, honestly, the reason I never shaved my beard is because I had a horrible jawline when I was younger, so I just assume I have a terrible jawline now. Like you said, the the face kind of just levels off. You're like, what the fuck just happened? That's
Well, you
Yeah,
can create you can create a chin with a beard. Like you just
exactly,
extend it.
yeah.
exactly. Hey, when Flex Lewis, when he would shave his beard for the Olympia, he would always leave like the outline here.
Yeah.
Because if you watch Flex, kind of have like the one chin. No offense, but his chin kind of goes straight in. So when you do
Uh,
that, he was creating a line. I was like, wow, that's smart because if you don't look closely, you don't catch it, right?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
get the look. Yeah, you
It
remember
almost looks like a
ever
shadow.
exactly the
yeah, that's
contrast.
like a tattoo contrast. Yeah. A contour. He contoured his beard.
Yeah,
Exactly.
uh,
Yeah.
I think Evan was because remember Evan had the thing. They used to say he had the double chin in shape. Remember his chin would kind of like go straight. He had the straight
Yeah.
chin to neck thing. You know.
Evan Titapani.
Yeah, yeah. It doesn't look like that anymore now that he's older. Actually, I don't think I see it.
I think he was just really heavy, and it was like the double chin thing. Like you may be buff, but
Yeah, yeah.
all that weight, you're still gonna have a double chin. It's like your body drops it to be able to breathe or some shit.
It's like the
Yeah.
neck roll. You could be lean, but if you get big enough, even in contest shape,
Oh, that's where I'm at. Last
you got
year,
it.
my last show, it didn't like it went down to one hot dog and it just stayed at one. Like fuck, it's never going nowhere.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it just means you're big. So you gotta take it take it for
I
what it
didn't. It's
is.
funny. I didn't even know I had it. One day I was just chilling. I was on a podcast or something. Oh no, I was watching TV and I was sitting down eating a meal. My dresser was behind me, and I was resting my head on it like that. And on the left of me, there's a big closet mirror. And I look over in the mirror and I see the little fucking hot dog hanging over the dresser. I'm like, what the fuck? I was
Yeah,
like, when the
yeah.
fuck did I start having that? I have
That
a
Yeah.
fat head now.
I
to
had
be
that as
honest,
well, actually. It's hard for me to shave that part of my head when I had to shave it. I had to
You
find an
have
yeah,
to
angle.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
freaking
Yeah.
I think here's the thing with the bald thing, right? The bald thing when I shaved my head bald, it was in prep. I don't mind a baldy in prep, right? Because everything's tight, no neck rolls. You got like a nice,
Mm,
lean, masculine look to you. When my cheeks are out here and then I'm bald, then it's kind of like, and I look in the side and the neck stuff going on. I'm kind of like, this is not,
yeah.
this is not the look I'm going for. I don't, I'm
I,
not going
I
for
can
this
I
look.
can see that for you guys, but for me it's actually the opposite because when I diet down, I get skinny looking, and my face gets I lose a lot of I don't know fat and water from my face. I recently posted a photo from my last prep, and like my face gets so sucked in, and when I don't have the beard, it looks so tiny, and so it's crazy. I have a like horrible dead face, so I need to have some beard at least.
Yeah, but
The
yeah,
thing is,
but
I mean, I have it pretty bad too, but I think yours is worse than mine.
Oh
You have
yeah,
more
it's
of
far worse.
a slender face. So
Yeah.
you
yeah,
take
yeah,
away all the fat from there. Yeah, it's me.
Yeah,
but
you look so
Thank
much
you.
different when you're shredded on stage compared to the
Yeah,
opposite.
you know who? I don't feel like it's as drastic, but me and Robin Strand are very similar in that aspect. I
it
feel
is
like
pretty drastic.
we become like Greek god looking motherfuckers when we're in prep, and then in the off season, I'm just like, oh, it's Fat Joe. This is
I can't remember him from the prep, but I remember him in the off season, and he does look, you know, pretty
He has a really
bloated.
round face. Yeah, he's super
Yeah.
round face. But in prep, he was all handsome and shit.
Yeah,
I can see
Robbins
that.
is pretty drastic. Yeah.
Mm.
I'm like, hey, Robin, do you notice any change in your wife's behavior when you're in prep?
Yeah.
My ex used to swear up and down, like, no, I like you better, like off season, but like 8 weeks out ish, I feel like she would come on to me a lot more. Probably because
You
I'm not
see,
snoring.
Ashley said the same shit, but I think there's like so there's a few things.
Yeah.
I think some women actually do like a belly of some sort. I
Mhm.
don't like their idea of a man has like a little belly on it. That's why so many girls like the dad bod shit.
It's
But
cozy.
also,
Yeah.
yeah, but like you're warm too, right? Girls like when you're warm and you're just big. Like at least Ashley likes the
Mhm.
fact that I'm a big guy. But in
Mhm.
prep, she thinks I'm like obviously like this is fucking
Aesthetic.
statuesque. Like, it's hot as
Yeah.
fuck. But there's
Yeah.
like comfort knowing that my personality is still there in the off season. Like she gets this like model looking guy,
This is
but
true.
the personality that she likes to hang around, like you're just a body. Of course she wants to fuck that, but it's like they like to hang out and have a good time, not just fuck all the time. A
This is
wife,
Yeah.
right?
true.
Girls are not that
That's the
much into the looks, I would say. It's probably
yeah.
secondary to them.
Yeah,
Yeah, boy.
the looks they have, you have to have some form of look, but it's like
Of
if
course,
the girl
yeah.
already likes you, the looks kind of
Yeah,
go away. It's like
exactly.
if
Well,
you're, it's
That's
like
what I meant.
bro, if you're like a 4 and you're funny
Mhm.
as fuck, it automatically makes you like an 8.
that's
You
me.
know?
Yeah.
That's me, Joe.
So imagine you put some muscles on that 4. It's like oh shit,
Yeah.
like a solid
Yeah.
10 now. And you're
All the
Yeah.
funny.
girls, all the girls tell me that I look much better when I'm in the off season when I'm bigger. But I like my face when I'm lean. I like to see the jawline and the chiseled
Me
face and
too.
all
Mhm.
that,
Me
and
too.
Yeah,
also
I do
the
too.
abs, the shredded everything. But none of the girls told me that they like me like that. They think that I look scary, basically. And
My
I can
Yeah.
favorite
see
look
that.
is my favorite look is like 6 weeks post show. So I'm already up like
Hmm.
30 pounds, but I'm just like full as a house, but everything's still kind of like lined up and chiseled. My face isn't bloated or nothing yet. I
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
Yeah,
veins everywhere, just walking around in the sun. That's my favorite.
that's probably the
I
best. Yeah, I would agree.
I like my 8 weeks out look. 8 weeks out look.
Mm.
Yeah.
So mine's
Yeah.
post show, 6 weeks post
Yeah.
show.
Yeah, I would say
Because eight
so for
weeks
me
out,
as
I'm a little
well.
more depleted. I'm a little too depleted at 6 weeks out.
I would say
See,
3 weeks post show. 6 weeks is enough for me to get fat and soft.
Joe
But
Joe
three
don't get
weeks,
fat at him because Joe's rebound is like a prep. He keeps it prep. That's why he likes that. But me, 8 weeks, yeah, 8 weeks, 8 weeks after the show for me is is a little different of a
I
look.
think most people across the board are going to look their best 3 weeks post show, like right
Yeah,
in.
yeah. I would go as far as to say even 2 weeks post show. I like that. I like because I don't have a dry physique naturally. So at 2 weeks post show, I'm still dry, but I'm round,
hmm
and I get rounder easy. But so 2 weeks for a post show for
mm
me, but my mood is still fucked up for a little bit.
Yeah.
Mood,
mm
yeah, yeah. But I was saying my ex liked like 8 weeks me. I think because I still had some personality, but I was a little bit of a dick. Girls like a little bit of a dick. Put them in the play. Hey, take it easy, sit down. Oh, okay. But not so much of a dick that you're like, because we get to the point like we just have nothing to give. So even if we're friendly, like, hey babe, they're like, what the fuck? Like, so like you try to be nice, like, you look nice. They're like,
Yeah,
bro,
yeah.
there's nothing there. There's no something.
I'm
No, my
I I'm so terrible in prep. That's probably one of the reasons why I should never prep again. Because I don't know. I don't think I can handle the preps as normal people. I get like I don't know. I become a demon basically. I
You
can't
probably
handle
get
yes.
shredded as fuck.
anybody. Yeah, I do get shredded. Like the last 4 weeks, it's like I don't want to see anybody. And my girl also, I tell her like for the last month, I don't exist. I don't know. Imagine I'm on the moon. I'm an astronaut. I'm not here. Don't call me.
Yeah, bro. Like Beatty knows my personality very well. I become nowhere like I'm not mean. I'm just
Mm.
super quiet. I have the most serious face. I don't put on an act. I just lose whoever I am in the midst of it.
You
And I
lose the
just become
filter.
a
Yeah,
shell. Yeah.
you
But
just let
I'm
it
never
rhythm.
mean. I'm very quiet. Like, but it's like
Yeah.
Yeah.
instead of like a fucking like I lay in the bed with you, kiss you good morning before I leave kind of thing, I'm just like, all right, babe. And I'll kiss like if I do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just say, bye, I love you.
Yeah, yeah. I'm the same, but I don't give her any attention, and then she takes that as being mean. So it's the same.
Yeah.
She hates it,
I get.
so she's yeah.
How many times have you been on prep with her?
Oh, I think all the preps except for the first one. We were together for
Hey,
5 years, so like 4 preps, I think 4 or 5 preps.
hey man, she stuck around, so she gets it, I guess. You know,
Oh
it's
yeah,
hard, but she gets it.
she's
That's a
really
real
Yeah.
one.
through hell with me. Yeah, yeah.
Those are
I don't
hard.
know why.
Those are hard. Those are hard to keep or to find.
Yeah, I don't know why she stayed so long, but it's good.
N- for me, but at the time when I was with my ex, those was the preps that I was doing 2 3 hours of cardio. You know, those preps. I was so bad. I was mean, not intentionally mean, but there's no way to not come off as mean at that point. Everything I say sounded mean. You know, my
Yeah,
demeanor, everything with me. So my ex, she started just leaving the place. When I would be home, she would just go do some work at Starbucks or something.
My
You
wife would
know.
go to her parents. My
Yeah,
wife
yeah.
goes to her parents' house. Yeah, she's like, "Hey, Joe, I'm gonna go take Jax." Like, and
yeah,
honestly, I'm like, "All right, cool. I love you." Like it's almost like, please do that because I don't want to be a dick. Like
Exactly.
the more quiet is around me because I want her to be around, but I don't want to make her miserable. So it stresses me out less because I don't feel like I'm letting her down. You know what I'm saying? Like so when
hundred
but
she
percent.
does go with her family, I know she's around people that are gonna give her the type of like energy and
yeah.
personality she deserves. So I'm over here like, okay, cool. I can be like this.
But
Yeah.
you guys are doing that, for a profession. That's your job, so you have a good excuse. For me, it's
Yeah.
just a hobby. So how can I justify being like that? Especially when I don't really, okay. I mean, I'm doing it for a hobby. That's okay. But like, how do I justify being so much of an asshole, or if I don't have anything to gain or to give her after that? So just for me,
Mm,
it's selfish.
I I I was in a position or in the position that I am, like at the perfect time, because when I met Ashley, I was already a professional bodybuilder. So
Hmm.
like her family has respect for what I do. But I guarantee you, if I didn't have that title and it was just a hobby, like there would
Hmm.
be no like,
100%.
Joe's gonna go to the gym. I'm gonna bring Jax. They'll be like,
A
where the fuck is he? Why isn't he around? Like this is not. But they're
hundred
super
percent.
cool. They talk about me to they do taxes. They bring me up to their clients and stuff. Like, oh yeah, my son-in-law is a pro bodybuilder. This is what he's accomplished. Yeah, they have the trophy in the room. They show me
Yeah, yeah.
off. It wouldn't be like that, bro. If I was just some guy that goes to the gym,
Yeah,
though.
I mean, I
100%.
was getting paid actually by Serbia. There was this national sponsorship I was getting by, so I was kind of making some money from it. But also, when we started dating, she was prepping for her show. She's also a competitor.
Oh, good.
So yeah, it kind of. But she's so much different. When she's prepping, she's chill basically, even though she's
A lot of
suffering way
girls
more
can
than
hold
me.
it together. Yeah, like
Girls,
it's
girls are
weird.
different.
So
Yeah.
I've seen two extremes. I've seen some girls get crazy emotional. They're like crying every 5 fucking minutes. Like, and
Uh-huh.
then there's some girls that just like have energy to just keep doing shit. I'm like,
Yeah.
what the fuck? Like, what the
Yeah.
hell?
Yeah.
Like, I
She's
don't know
like
how they
that.
do
I've
that.
I have no idea, honestly. And we never lived together until, well, I was prepping. So I don't know what would it be like if I actually lived with her and prep for the show. That would probably be a living hell. I don't know. But now
Yeah,
with Threat, the True Tide, maybe to be easier. I don't know. I don't know how
I
much
know.
that helps.
I've, I've dated three competitors, but like early stages of dating, and yeah, I saw three complete different sides. I saw I saw perfectly happy, like eating fucking zucchini and chicken breast, dancing and shit. Like, oh my god, it's so fun. I'm like, wow. And I saw like pretty, but it was more closer to like show day. I think it was more stress and anxiety. I think that's what girls. I think girls when they feel anxious and stuff like that, I think that's when maybe they usually change their mood. So closer to the show, she started getting pretty like kind of rude. you know. And I was trying not to because I'm a competitor, so I'm like, you know what? I'm sure I'm 10 times worse, so let me just like not say anything. Let me just leave it alone until after the show, you know.
Mm.
And then I dated when I was in between, like kind of like a little bit more quiet, but still super sweet, you know. But this is early stages of dating, so early stages is girls are a lot nicer in the honeymoon phase. Like girls
Yeah,
you know, girls are nicer. So I don't know how accurate that is, but I'm pretty sure there's a spectrum, same way there is with us, you know.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. I mean, she's
and
the only competitor that I dated, and when we started, she was 8 weeks out, so I wasn't sure if she was gonna dump me, if she was getting more colder. But eventually, it turned out it was just the prep, and she was getting hungry. So yeah, after that, I was more chill. But the first one was, you know, I didn't know what to think.
in a perfect world, right? Would you rather act like you never met your girl right now, or your wife or your girl? Would you, if you were going to date, would you purposely date a competitor or complete non-competitor, or somebody maybe who might have competed before but isn't competing right now? What's like the sweet spot you think for you? It
Well,
depends, obviously.
if she would understand me the way my girlfriend did, then I would prefer if she was just into fitness and not competing. But I don't know if that's realistic, but I think that would be ideal.
I mean, I think that's. I mean, Ashley hasn't competed yet. Her goal is to.
Hmm.
So we're kind of working towards that. But right now, what I have, where she's like into it, but she hasn't stepped on stage yet, it's been kind of nice. 'Cause
Yeah, probably ideal.
she respects the sport, like she loves it, so she loves to
Mm,
Mhm.
see it. So it's kind of like
mhm.
that's a huge deal.
And you're gonna keep
So,
making new babies with her, so she's never gonna compete, probably.
so
Super funny is people have asked me about that. I said, I think it's one of those like personal achievement things where no matter what, she's going to step on stage. She wants to, even if it's just once. She promised herself she would because she really wanted to experience it, but
She
like be
should.
ready when she does. And then I think once she does that one, she's going to realize, like, okay, like it's kind of like, people get the prep blues or whatever, or sorry, the post show blues. It's like,
Hmm.
well, that's kind of it, like you just kind of do that and then it's back to reality. I think she's going to want a second one after that and kind of just be a mom, a fit mom, but not a competitive one. But we're going to play it by ear right now. That's kind of what I envision. So I'm going to
Hmm.
get her there, help her achieve her goal, and then see how she wants to move from there. But you could already tell that the older that my son Jackson's getting, he's 10 months old. He's already like slowly phasing into that toddler looking phase. And she's like, fuck, man, like he's getting so older looking, this and that. So she just looks at me like she gives me that look like I kind of want another one, but she's holding herself back. I would have given her one already if that's what she wanted. But right now she's more like, okay, I need to achieve that goal first and see how I feel. Maybe I'll lose the feeling of want another one and want to really pursue this, or vice versa. So
yeah,
Yeah,
we'll
yeah.
see.
we'll see how it goes. Yeah.
Every female competitor, they always say, "I want one. I want one kid." But now I think I know the truth. I think that's how it starts. I think they all want one, but maybe if they didn't have one, they might want more.
But I've
That's
also
all.
heard too that like the first one's always the hardest, and then the second one, if you have because you have a first one, the second one almost makes the first one almost makes the second one easier because once you get past
For
that
sure.
infant phase and he's like kind of like coming into his own playing and stuff,
For
like
sure.
that one kind of entertains that one while you do whatever the fuck you got to do.
Yeah.
Like they kind of have each
Mm.
other now, and it gives
Of
you
course.
almost more time to do the things around that you need to do. But you
Yeah.
just got to get past that initial second infant phase. That's it.
That's why I always have two dogs, Joe. They
I
they
mean, shit.
they take care of each
For
other.
real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to get past the phase that they're shitting everywhere. You get past that phase, then they good. They just
Same concept.
I've
I
been
tell
there. Yeah.
everybody, I was like, having Jackson's like having like a fucking like and super intelligent dog. It's like you obviously have to be more attentive to them, but
very
it's just
similar.
like it's like, damn, honestly, it's very similar. Like you watch him, like, fuck, don't touch that. Don't fuck with this. Like this isn't
Yeah.
that.
And if you on point like me, I used to wake up and let her out to shit middle of the night because if I wake up and she's staring at me like this, I'm like, I think she got a shit. You know, I think she got a shit. But well, babies usually they don't give you the stare, do they? They just shit or they cry.
They
Maybe
just
I don't
shit,
know.
man. No, they shit. It's already in there. Like you just gotta find out.
How old are
But
you,
yeah,
Brady?
I'm 43.
Oh,
No,
really?
I'm lying.
Okay.
33.
Black
I'm
don't crack.
33.
Black don't
I thought that's what I thought. Yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
my
Ethan
older
looks real close, like I don't see a crack.
my older brother
Yeah.
50. He looks like me, but I'm a bodybuilder, so I don't know. Maybe I look
Yeah.
older than him. I don't know.
Yeah, we age faster for sure.
How about you? How old are you? I mean,
I'm 30.
oh shit! I
Oh
I never
shit!
knew your
See,
age.
I'm older than Yvonne here.
Yeah.
Wait, how old are
Yeah.
you, Joe? How old are you now?
32,
When did your birthday?
February.
I thought I was.
Mine's September.
I thought I was quite a bit older than you, Joe. For some
No,
reason,
as
you're
long as I've
close.
known you've been a year older. Yeah, you and Casey
Yeah,
are the same age.
I thought Casey was younger.
Casey, your age.
Oh shit! I mean, we're all young in the spectrum, obviously, right? We're all young,
Yeah.
but we don't necessarily feel young. But everybody's young, you know.
Yeah.
Everybody young, you know. But yeah, in bodybuilding now, bro, the top guys are in their 40s. Samson is 40. Andrew 42, maybe.
Mm,
What I said in the beginning, how fucking time's a variable, bro. Like people don't see that.
Yeah, I don't think it.
mm.
I think it's perception. I think if you think you're old, then you're old. Like we should just be like, once you're in the late 30s, these guys are making the best progress in their life. Obviously, they're genetic elite, but they've always been genetic elite. You don't get to that level unless you're genetic elite. But these
But
guys are.
were they trying really hard when they were when they were younger? Like I think Samson started doing bodybuilding later, and Andrew as well, right?
I don't think Andrew was trying hard. I think Andrew just started trying hard like 2 years ago. But
Yeah.
Samson, maybe not the drugs, but I don't know. Maybe, but yeah, he started at like 28, maybe. So let's say close to
Mm.
30. So
I
I
think
don't
you
know, but
probably have like 10 good years of having a good career. Whether you start at 20 and end up and finish at 30, or you start at 30 and end up in 40 or whatever. I don't think a career, it's very rare to see a career that lasts for like 20 years successfully. Dexter is one example, but that's very rare.
Brandon Curry started young, but like you,
Hmm.
I don't know what he was doing, but if you look back, it didn't look like he was taking very much drugs, right? Because look at him in his 20s, he was a lot
Hmm.
smaller. I would assume
Yeah.
he wasn't going as hard as he could.
Yeah, that's
And
what I
then
mean. Taking drugs. Yeah.
yeah, but yeah, Brandon shit, Brandon won USA's a very long time ago, man.
Hmm.
So he's I would argue
2009, something like that.
probably because Phil turned pro in 2006. Brandon was
I think
like
so.
2007, maybe. I think he was like a
Yeah.
year or two, maybe '08, maybe '08. But
Brandon's one of those guys. Yeah, but again, it's pretty rare, right? Like not a lot of guys last that long.
yes, but usually in the past, because Dexter wasn't getting better. Dexter's best was when he won the Olympia,
Yeah.
and then he was like good enough. I think Brandon. I think his legs are bigger now. I got to be honest with you. I think his legs are
Really?
bigger. I think so. I think his legs are bigger than they ever were.
Maybe, but his back is not as big, and his glutes, I think, and his lower body from behind got even smaller. What do
Yes,
you think
but
about that?
drier. So it's a good. Maybe it's a good trade off. I don't know.
I don't think it is. I think he lost some weight in the back. I think he was much better from behind back when he was
Okay.
winning the Mr. Olympia. Yeah.
I can see that. Or maybe his quads look better because they have more lines in it. Maybe because he's in better condition. If we ask his weight, maybe he's lighter, but maybe he looks big. I mean, you never know, I guess. But visually, he looks the biggest and hardest he's ever looked to me. Not not
Pull
everybody.
up a photo. Pull up a photo.
Like an old one or a new one?
2019 Arnold Classic, and tell me if you think he looks better now. I
Let me
hear people
see.
say that. I don't see it. I think he was much better in 2019, 2020.
X.
I'm not gonna say he's better now. I do. think he's bigger and harder, but better. I think he was more bubbly and aesthetic in
Okay,
2019.
maybe harder. But is it really conditioning or is it just vascularity?
I don't know. It could be age. It could be just maturity, for all I know. But I
Maybe.
could say the same about Bonac. I could say Bonac recently has been bigger and harder. But was he better than he was in 2019? I don't think he's better.
No.
I think he's heavier and
You
probably.
think he's heavier?
I do think so. I think he's heavier.
Oh,
Oh, I
come
look to
on.
my
You know.
left,
No
so
way.
Jackson's up now, right? He's in this little walker thing. He's walking around it,
Uh-huh.
and then I look in the mirror and I see Crystal's two dogs.
Yeah.
So the girl's in heat, and then the boy's a man now. He's fucking trying to fucking put it in her, and he's like humping right now. And I see Jackson's looking up, and I'm like,
He was
"Like
going on.
Jackson." I was like, "Jackson, look over
Wait,
here."
wait. Did she
Yeah,
have a
see,
litter or no?
see him?
Yeah, yeah, I think that.
Like
You
the
got to
pit
be
bulls.
careful. You're gonna have some babies. But yo,
I think they're trying to.
did she have a litter
She
already or
she
no?
she never had that litter with a false pregnancy.
Oh, that happened. That happened to me before. Okay, yeah. Are y'all gonna breed those two, or she's gonna breed those two?
Yeah, as long as so the other night they latched on. I don't know if it happened or not, but usually that's when it happens. It's like
He's
they got
growing up.
stuck.
Well,
Shit,
the
man.
last one, it was like they delivered the semen, right? It was like
It
chilled
was
semen,
artificial. What is it? Artificial insemination.
AI. Yeah, but it was like shipped from a different state.
So they went there and they tried. They wouldn't latch, and they had to do it that way.
Okay, yeah. So it makes it, if they don't latch, it makes it a little harder. It makes it a little
Yeah.
harder. Did she do like the test? Like did she test the progesterone and everything or no? Or you don't know?
Right now or last time?
No, last time.
They did, I believe.
Damn, man,
I'm
she
not
missed it.
positive. I'm not positive, but I think she said something about that.
Yeah, this shit is expensive. You got to make sure everything is on point.
Yeah,
But there's kennels selling semen for 20 grand. You know that, right?
I do now.
20 grand for semen.
Never really
Think
looked
about
up how much candles substitute for.
that.
Joe,
Bro,
you're not worried to let your kid play with your pit bulls.
oh
No,
no,
no, these are like
they're not pit
they're
bulls.
like
Actually, they're American bullies. They're teddy bears.
yeah, they're
Mhm.
super sweet dogs.
You're not
Yeah,
pit bulls, okay.
he's not really playing with them though. Honestly, they're just kind of humping on the couch. He just keeps
Uh-huh.
staring at me, my stuff.
I had
If you,
a Staffordshire Terrier until recently, but he was also like like he was nice, very nice. He was with people. He was very relaxed, but I don't know. I wouldn't be too relaxed to let him play with a child.
when did you get him as a puppy or no?
As a puppy, 6 weeks. He was
Okay,
he was very young.
Staffy are easy, but like actual pit bull terrier, I wouldn't let
Hmm.
them play with my kid because they have drive, too
Yeah,
much drive. American
yeah.
bullies, I would let them play
Okay,
with my grandma in ER. I'll let them play with her. they
okay.
they're like they're different. Like you'll see that they're like completely different.
I thought it was
You
a
know,
pit bull, but okay. Hmm.
No,
yeah,
they're super sweet dogs. Honestly, like
yeah.
Hmm.
I
they
did,
even they like kind of protect him too in a way. Like when they're around, like
yeah,
the boy
yeah.
likes to get real close and lay by him and stuff. It's pretty cool.
Now, if they're puppies and high energy, well, they can like jump on your kid by accident. They're not trying to hurt them, but if they're just like a
Yeah,
puppy that's big, then you gotta just watch the excitement level. But if they already know him, so they're not gonna be like excited to see him like a stranger. So but if you bought a newborn for the first time and they're excited to see them, but you gotta be careful because they'll be jumping you and all animated.
Yeah.
But let me pull up
yeah.
this picture.
Just type 2019 Arnold Classic.
Okay, boom. Was this
Go with
one?
Arnold Classic. Can we? Yeah, we can.
Oh, I didn't put on the classic. Oh, that's
Yeah,
pretty
because
fucking.
we can also see Bonek with him. We talked about Bonek as well. But
Okay,
yeah,
let me put Arnold. Boom. Okay, but
just
I think
just
I
delete
think.
Brandon Curry.
Oh, just put 2019 on the cover. Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
but I think Ivan might be onto something. I think sometimes we say things because we forget how they used
We
to look.
forget.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's it.
What did Ethan say?
Because I was saying I think he's bigger. Brandon is bigger and harder than he was in 2019. I mean,
Oh,
he might be, but probably not better. Even if he is bigger and harder, he might not be better though. I mean, he might be.
There
Yeah, I
should
think
be
he might be bigger now, but does he have a better physique? Probably not.
there should be a photo with Bonak and him together. Maybe that was Mr. Olympia. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think they competed together in 2019. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, they were top two at both Arnold and the Mr. Olympia.
Luke's sad now. He didn't do 2019, did he? I don't think
I
so.
think he was third. Yeah.
Oh, he did do it. Okay.
He was third place.
that was his best showing, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah. That's a pretty.
But the other two guys were much better.
See, I think Bonak is bigger now, actually, in upper body probably.
Yeah.
Curry is probably bigger now, but not as bubbly and aesthetic. I think his legs are bigger now. What do you think?
I think his waist looks smaller here.
For sure. I think he looks more aesthetic.
Yeah, and also from
poses that front
behind.
double different. He poses that front double different now too.
He flexes his abs, right?
There's just one
He
photo.
does this like he does like a tilt or some shit.
You guys are a fan of with the front double? I don't like the tilt or the flex abs. I kind of like the outstretchedness. Yeah.
Try Brandon Curry back double bicep 2019.
Well, he was never
You'll see a huge difference.
he was never the best legs from the back on a classic back double.
But I loved his back. His back was one of the best backs like of all time. I don't know. It was crazy.
Yeah, I think his back was better back then.
Yeah.
Let me
And
see.
you can see Bonak as well.
Oh,
The back
we
and
used
the
to
arms.
we used to think he had lines in his glutes. At least this show.
Yeah. But you actually might be right. He does look really good now.
I actually think he is bigger now, though. I think he was more aesthetic, though. Right? He looked like better muscle bellies, like his arms.
But I don't know. Look at that photo. That front lat it looks crazy. And look at Bonak as well. Everything
Bonak was more
popping out.
Bonak was more bubbly and aesthetic as well. Yeah. I
Yeah,
think
look
they're
at
older.
Bonak's-
I think they look older because they look thicker and denser, but not as pleasing, right? Something like that. But that happens to everybody, though, right? Like
They were
Phil.
fresher. Yeah. Look at Bonak's back. Bottom left.
Shit,
Actually,
Bonak.
center left.
I mean,
Look at that
Bonak.
back, man. Come on. Look at this.
Bonak at his prime,
That's crazy.
he was the
crazy.
only one that could stand next to Phil. Remember, we talked about the back double. Like
He was probably
Bonak,
more bubbly than Phil.
I mean, in this pose, like the even the glutes and the hams. I mean, yeah, I don't even know if Phil had as much going on here. The arms, of course, Phil of course had. Yeah, holy shit! And his last insert into his ass. Right? Let's say Phil's inserted here, his inserts into his ass.
Yeah. But I think
You
that
know-
kind of hurt him.
Yeah, in some poses, yeah, I think so. Because
It hurt his front shots.
how small? It's like Kai Green. How small can your waist look if your lats insert into your ass?
Yeah. Yeah, that's
So
what
like,
I'm saying.
I don't have it. I don't think mine are crazy low like that. Mine are low though, and so it doesn't help my waistline either.
But
This
it's
Like my
less
waist
than
has to be
Bonak's, yeah.
bigger to support the lat where it's at.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this looks like Kai and Phil's back doubles combined.
Yeah.
Right? It's like the
Like-
inserts of Kai with the detail of Phil, the arms of Phil, and this is crazy. I feel like he didn't get enough respect back here because this is fucking stupid.
Yeah. I think he lost that Arnold Classic just because he had some Gyno. They punished him for it. And then at the Mr. Olympia, he wasn't exactly on.
I thought Brandon should have beat Bonak in one or two Arnolds, if I'm being honest. And I'm more of a fan of Brandon's physique.
But Brandon did win this one. I think
Yeah,
he
but
always beat, right?
Yeah, I'm saying Bonak should have beat Brandon a few times. You
I
know,
thought you
even
said the
though
opposite.
Actually, the judges, I think, told us that he lost because of the Gyno, and that's it. This show or some other show. But I know they said it once.
Do you think that's a good reason? It depends how bad it is.
Hmm.
I
Well,
don't know.
maybe it was Arnold Australia or something like that. I'm not sure exactly which show, but I said that once. I remember.
You're right. He said it on stage. I remember there was a year he did Detroit, and he was like, "Guys, I know I have Gyno, but I got to qualify before I go fix it. I can't just let me just stop competing, right?" So I remember that was a speech. He was like, "Hey guys, I know I have the Gyno. I just got to go," and he went and took care of it. Listen, these
Yeah,
people know. You know if you have Gyno, like
yeah,
you know. But
yeah. I recently got a client had a really terrible Gyno, but my suggestion was to really to do a surgery right away, then prep later. But he wanted to compete, so we did a prep, and actually he ended up winning like 3 classes. So I guess it wasn't that big of a issue, but it was a huge Gyno. Like it was pretty bad.
yeah, Gyno is not very. It's not very nice. I don't like it. I'm not a fan.
Having tits like a 15-year-old girl.
You got down to do a couple questions?
Sure,
Yeah,
yeah.
I have a little bit of time left.
Bet. Do a couple. Try to pick a good one. What What's the most unpopular opinion you have? Let's start with Ivan.
That everybody's using a whole bunch of Synthol in IBB.
I could something, even if it's not Synthol proper, something. Even if it's, I don't care
Yeah. That's
if
what I
it's,
meant.
I don't care if it's Winnie, if it's liquid Winnie,
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
Yeah, we
Yeah, so
don't have to
something.
say we don't have to say any names, but I think we all. I think it should be pretty
Yeah.
obvious.
I don't know if Synthol is even out there. I don't know if you can get real Synthol, just Synthol, but some oil, right?
Yeah,
I'm
I don't
curious what do
think.
you guys think about that. I mean, you probably know better than me how much it's used and so on.
I don't have enough conversation with anybody that uses it, if I'm being honest.
You don't know anybody who's using it.
I probably know them. I just don't know that they're using it.
Oh, really?
I know
Yeah.
quite a few. I mean,
I know quite a few.
we've had guys on the podcast talk about their use of it.
Okay, I know who you're talking about, but
Yeah.
that's one guy.
Cool.
Well, I mean, he said it
I can't
himself,
say
but
that.
If he said
I
it
don't feel
himself,
I don't feel like we should say it though.
I don't remember if he said it when we were doing an off podcast or if
oh,
he said it on the
No,
podcast.
he's talked about it on the podcast for sure.
you can say it then. Come on.
Should
Come
I say
on.
it? Should I say it?
If he's open about it, why not?
Everybody know that. But I'm pretty sure. I think Nick Sheriff from Power mentioned it in the video. I'm talking about Stu.
Yeah.
Oh,
Stu Sutherland.
I think I know. Yeah,
He
I
talked
think he
about it.
talked
Yeah,
about it. Yeah.
but there's more people that will talk about it like behind the scenes or on what you call it, the not forums. What do you call those stuff? Those little apps, the Discord apps. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I would say I know at least 10 people that talk about using it. And then I know more people that use it because I know I'm also friends with one of the suppliers. You know,
And
I've
it's
used it.
probably the
That's
same guy.
obviously.
You
Yeah,
tried it.
yeah, yeah. Of course, of course.
Uh-huh.
There's nothing. That I haven't done. But
Oh, really?
you have to use these things the right way for the right muscle bellies.
I
If
have
you,
some questions for you, but okay,
for
keep
yeah,
going.
if you have round, short muscle bellies, things can get out of hand really fast. I have really short muscle bellies, right? Short
Mm-hmm.
tricep, short bicep. So if I put something in it, it's pretty fucking obvious, and it doesn't necessarily
Mm-hmm.
look good. If you have longer, shorter muscle, longer, flatter muscle bellies, I think it can
Mm-hmm.
look a lot better. Yeah,
Oh,
but
really? I thought it was the opposite. Mhm.
no, because it's too. Think about it. It's too evident. You know,
Give me a
like
second. Somebody's
uh,
ringing my door.
what do you think? Yeah, I feel like to give yourself peakier body parts look better than if you have like one of those, you know. But yeah, one of my females, I did an AI on her, and her nipples got swollen, and she didn't take neither.
Sorry about that.
Sick?
Yeah, it's my girl.
It's funny. You said you did an AI, so I thought you meant like a picture. You made a picture of her.
Oh no, artificial insemination. But yeah, for me,
Yeah.
I feel like if you have longer, flatter muscle bellies, you can give yourself more pop. Like Like if you see, like, let's say Martin, he has big arms, but
Hmm.
it's not like jumping. It's like kind of like straight. So if he
Hmm.
went into his biceps, it would give him some, some
Pretty
peak
sure he did
action.
it already, right? Like his biceps were really flat a couple of years ago, and now they're pretty big.
It does look, yeah. I don't know
Yeah.
what he did, but I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised for sure.
Look, I got some. It's not Synthol, but it's basically the same thing. It's probably the same guy, the supplier, sent me a couple of bottles.
Yep.
It's called.
Is it white?
He is. I don't know if he's white,
No,
but
I'm saying you talking about metaphor.
no, no.
Oh,
It's something I can't remember the name right now, but it's plus. There is a plus version, and what's the other one?
painless pumps.
No, it's not painless. Oh my god, I can't remember. Insta size.
Okay,
You know
yeah, I know
about
what
it?
you're talking about.
Uh,
Yeah,
I got that, and I don't have the balls to pin my biceps, for example. And I want bigger arms. That's my biggest weakness. But I started recently pinning my gear into my biceps,
that'll
and
do
it
it.
hurts like hell, man. It hurts for like I don't know, almost a week. And
It
I
does.
tried
Yeah.
triceps as well, but it's bad. And I
Which
used
part?
the I think it was the long head. I didn't do it myself. It's my
Yeah,
girlfriend did it, but
like
I think it was the long head. Yeah.
yeah.
But it was terrible, man. Maybe it's the gear that I'm using. Maybe it's actually easier if I just use, Synthol or whatever.
It's pretty
What
bad.
do you think?
Honestly, it's pretty terrible. It's pretty
It's
terrible.
painful.
Yeah, it's painful. Yeah, but
Mm,
you got to be in the mindset of like in prep when you're crazy. That's when you do it. But off season, there's no way I could do it off season. There's no way I could pin my arms off season. I
uh-huh.
don't have that, But if you're 8 weeks out and you're in that fucking crazy mode, then yeah,
Yeah.
then it's easier to pin, But yeah, there's quite a bit of guys who pin.
Yeah.
If you can see it, if you know muscle bellies don't go like this. I don't care how good your genetics are. You can have
Mhm.
round muscle bellies, but things don't go like this. That's just it. It doesn't happen in nature,
Mm.
So you can have a tricep sweep like this, but it can't just go boop and then go back to normal. It just
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah,
make any
yeah.
sense. Muscles don't grow
I
that way,
know.
But
But I started doing it pre-workout, before training arms. I don't know how smart that is, but I love
I
the
like that.
pumps. And
Mm.
what do you think about that?
There's two different camps. Some camps believe that's the best way to go about it because
Hmm.
you'll get blood flow to keep things moving, and some people
Yeah.
feel like you're restricting blood flow, so you should do it after.
Uh-huh.
I can see both sides, but at that point, I don't think it matters. I think
Yeah.
however you do it, you're gonna notice improvement regardless.
But I'm using insulin needles for my biceps, and I can't do insulin needles for the Synthol, right? Or I can.
No, it's gonna be too thick. I mean, there's some brands that are thinner that you may be able to do it, but I don't
Uh-huh.
think it would be enough oil, and I think it would take too long. You wouldn't be able. You would just have to use a bigger needle. It's gonna suck, but you're gonna have to use a bigger needle,
Yeah.
like
I'm
a
scared to
22.
put a big needle in my bicep. But
Yeah, it's
yeah.
gonna suck. It's gonna suck. I'm gonna send you a brand that you don't need as much because it kind of inflames it a little bit,
Hmm.
and that might be the best. And I think the company is actually uh, on your side of town. I think it's on in Europe, so it
No,
might be
really.
actually easier for you to get. Yeah. So,
Okay.
but yeah, there's a lot of people using it.
Yeah, for sure.
Uh, okay. And how about you, Joe? What's unpopular opinion?
I think people heavily overcomplicate training. Like it's really simple, actually, to improve
Yeah,
like body parts and stuff. I think they overthink too much.
I can
I
see
can
that.
see that.
Science and even bro science, like honestly, like if you just because bodybuilding is so different than like powerlifting. Powerlifting, I feel like you have to have a like even with
Yes.
that, there's like different intensity techniques to improve a lift. But with bodybuilding, you really just got to eat a lot depending on where you're at and push yourself really hard through repetitions. It's very simple.
I
Yeah,
agree.
even
I
with the
agree.
diet, I think people overcomplicate it.
Yeah. So, dude, you just got to eat less than you output. It's
Yeah.
very simple. Like it's so
Yeah.
simple.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I think people just try to do too much. And then like if you see your body starting to feel a little weak or depleted, you feed up a little bit for a little bit and then you go back down just to keep things
Yeah.
kind of like moving. It's so simple.
There, there's ways I like to go about things, but if something is working at like a really high level, if something's working, I think could be better, then I might make some minor changes. If something is working at an insane level, I really don't change shit. You know Nate, right? Right, Joe? My,
Yeah.
my, yeah,
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
client. So the way he is, like I was coaching him, and then now I'm more keeping an eye because everything works for him. Everything works. So I'm like, if this is what that he's gonna stick to, I'm gonna let him do it because it's all working. We tried all clean food, it worked, but his metabolism was so fast that it was hard to get the food in. Now he's doing more junk, and he's like getting harder and bigger. So I'm like, why the fuck would I change it? I'm like, bro, I don't care if you drink juice, just get more calories in at this point. And it's like he's just getting stronger.
Yeah.
So I don't change that. Even the training, I used to try to more like, yo, cut back on the volume. And why at this point? He's getting stronger than me. I'm like, okay, keep fucking doing it. So
Like
I'm really
people,
not.
people, people that ask those questions though, right? Like, what'd you do to do this? I either did more of this or less of this. Like, it's literally so simple. Like, people ask me about my legs this off season. I trained them a little harder. I did a little more. That was the only thing I did different. I just worked a little harder. And the progression every year, I just found a way to work a little harder in the off season. Something I haven't done, worked a little harder doing it this way, something like that.
Yeah.
So it's very
Yeah.
simple.
What I do want to try though is I want to try a little bit more volume, just because I've gotten to a point that my training is so intentional and heavy that my volume keeps getting lower and lower and lower. And then, not that that's a bad thing, but just in comparison to how high my volume was before, I'm kind of like, I feel like a little bit more volume could benefit me. Just the crazy pumps I used to get from the volume. So, but the only way I can recover from it at this point is, I think maybe I always put intensity first, but the failure thing, sometimes I go so past failure that I'm doing even partials and stuff. I think I'm gonna back down that. Just the last good rep, drop it, just to do an extra set instead of trying to force so much out of that once. So I think I want to try adding a couple more sets, but chilling down with the failure thing. Just like once you feel like, okay, I can't do another good rep, drop it. Instead of, if that makes sense, instead of like
Makes sense. Yeah.
forcing more and more,
Well,
because that's
well,
it's tag.
look at Jay Cutler.
Exactly.
Jay Cutler never went to failure. His idea was another perfect rep can't be done. He knows it when he's doing it. Like he's not going to try to find out. But what he's doing is like I've explained this to my clients. You inflate the balloon, have it come down a little bit. Inflate it more with another set, have it come down a little
Yes.
bit. But eventually, it's going to be like this big. That's the goal. You pump up a bunch of volume through repetitions. If you're going to hit failure, save it for that last set. But it's not a struggling set. It's like that was the last perfect one. Go hit the next angle the same exact way and pump it to its max, and then go to the next angle. You're going to do that in 3 working sets, but they're not 3 failure sets. There's a complete difference. You're not frying your central nervous system.
That's
You're
what I'm
making
doing.
the reps. You're making the reps count. You're not just chasing like I can't do this anymore. Like no, it's you're gonna
But
1 hurt yourself and 2 burn yourself out. So leaving all this volume on the table when bodybuilding is just about inflating the muscle, inflate it in every way you can, and walk away without getting injured. It's very simple.
I
my
like that.
nervous my nervous system is shot because I've been training like this for so long. But I'm down to 4 days a week training again, just because.
That's what happens.
Yeah,
You wonder how these
can't.
guys. You wonder how these guys train 6 days a week. It's because they're not. Their central nervous systems aren't burning out.
My
Jay
shit's
Cutler
burning.
used to say again. I've been referencing Jay because I learned a lot from him. It was like I could train a muscle again 100% in 72 hours. What does that mean? That the muscle recovered. If you're training too hard, heavy, too many failure sets, the tendons and ligaments are the ones that are falling behind. The muscles are ready to go.
Yeah,
The other
yeah,
things are still inflamed by pushing your CNS way too far.
for sure. Now, the word failure is a dangerous word nowadays because the perception of it is different for, right? Like we know what failure means for us when you or Jay or Nick say, I don't train a failure, that means something completely different than some people, because why watch them train? It looks like failure because they can't do another perfect rep. But people think not failure. They're like this: drop the weight. You're not just randomly dropping the weight when you feel like it, right? You're getting to a point where you're like, okay, boom, I can't, right? So when people say, when the guy like Jay say, I don't train a failure, it's like they're not pushing past, they're not trying to push past failure. They know where it is. You know, when you do one rep and you're like, I got another more, I might have one more in me, maybe, if I get a little bit of spot. They're not going to do that rep.
And
But
that's the thing. In the beginning, you have to find,
that,
like, oh, it's not going up at all anymore. Like, you got to find it. But then that's how you know how to gauge it. So, yes, I think there's a time and place in the beginning. But after that, like, you should, over time, understand what you're feeling when you're contracting your muscles.
100%.
That's what the point is.
100%.
Yeah, I train with a training partner, and we always go beyond failure. But recently, I started thinking about it. Maybe I should just start doing a little bit more volume and not go to failure at every set, because sometimes I actually feel my other body parts take over. Like when I'm doing chest, for example, and those last reps is a lot of shoulders. So yeah, it's just stressing me out more than necessary. But more volume.
What's his name? What's his name? Did it like that? Nick learned that from him. Al Gardney.
Come on.
Yeah, Kamal. Yeah.
He talks about that. He does sets until he finds the weight. Like, okay, this is a working weight, but he's not going to chase failure. He's going to find that like sweet spot. Like, okay, I'm gonna fail around here. This is where I'm gonna try to like walk away and just do like, what is it, like 2 or 3 sets of that. Like when he was Nick's training partner for a while, that's where Nick picked that up from. So because I watched those videos together, I'm like, okay, well, this is another guy that's not hurt or banged up like Jay. He walked away fine, and that's how he trained. But he's
training Andrew now.
Yeah, now he's training Andrew, but he's not hurt. That's the thing. He's not fucked up. He just retired.
Yes, but then first of all, look at how Kamal looked at his 50. Where he was like 51 or 52 when he did the Masters.
Show.
Exactly, and then second of all, I would argue that Nick has grown more after he started training like that. You know, like there was the initial phase, Yeah, and then Andrew is in his 40s, and he just gained another 10 pounds of fucking tissue, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, I think at some point I don't really care, because some of the science-based guys might say, nah, the volume, I don't believe in that. But then you're looking at the anecdotal evidence, right, of what you see in your face, and you're like, you know what? Maybe they didn't factor in the steroids or something, because it's obviously fucking working.
You know what? One thing in this generation, and I saw some other video, like, why the hell do we try to find the best way to work the least? Does that make sense? Like, we all got in this because we love training. So why are we trying to find a way to do the most with the least? Like,
just do the best, period.
Why not just enjoy training? Like, want to train a little longer, because I would think that's what we all look forward to in our day. It's like, so you mean to tell me I can train a little bit longer, my muscles are going to be a little bit more fuller around, or am I going to get hurt? And I can do it again in the next fucking 3 days, like the same body part or whatever. Like, what the fuck? Like, people just want to do less.
Dorian was very convincing.
Dorian's been around for so long. Like, it's like, I don't know. Like, you look at fucking Samson, 350 pounds, right? Have you ever watched how he trains? He trains exactly how I'm telling you guys.
Exactly like that.
Exactly how I'm telling you. That's why I started catching on. I was watching Samson, and then I started watching some of Jay, and then I knew in the past about Al Gardney, and then I'm like,
Phil Heath,
what the fuck? Like, Phil Heath, the same thing. Well, actually, Phil Heath with Ronnie would push to failure past failure, but he would do it in a manner of so many sets that you just kind of get fatigued. You're not like pushing the
exactly
limits of weights.
That's not real failure, because that's like, you can't do any more because you took like 45 seconds rest, so you're like burnt out, but your nervous system isn't going to be in shock from being burnt out. It's true.
The weight's not crazy heavy.
Exactly.
It's like getting the most out of a pump, like where it hurts, where your muscles can't, like, they're just so swollen you can't do a full contraction. It's like right here because they're so pumped.
Exactly.
That's what he does.
like Arnold looks like he's training to failure, but he's resting like 30 seconds, right? So it's like he's more burning out than failure. So like he was training to what 7 days a week and 6 days a week because it's not true failure. That's a different kind of failure. If you rest 5 minutes and then bench 4 plates for 15, you can't do that 4 more times. You just no way.
But
It's
see,
not
yeah,
happening.
Arnold was benching like 3 plates.
Yeah, exactly.
That was his
Exactly.
working weight, but he was super strong. Like I think his best was like 540 or something like that on bench. He never
Yeah,
used 540. He was staying in 3 plates kind of thing. Like, and he's again just multiple sets,
yeah.
fast, boom, 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 boom.
But I
But
think a
but
lot of guys, they get used. I mean, for example, myself, I got used to training to failure, and now it's
me
difficult for
too.
me to stop.
It's
It's
very hard.
hard.
It's very
But
hard.
then but once you like, once you start feeling how crazy a pump you can get, you
I might
start to
try it.
chase that instead.
Yeah,
It's euphoric. It's kind of like the beginning when you get a pump for the first time. It's
yeah.
pretty badass.
You
My
just
gym has pretty bad equipment for chest, and I never really get the crazy pumps with low volume. And today, actually, I did more volume to try to get a pump, without really going super intense. And I liked it more. I got a crazy pump, and I
Yeah.
didn't really go to failure. So maybe I can try that with some other body parts as well. Yeah,
y'all just motivated me today. I'm gonna film my first volume workout in a long time.
yeah, I
Bro,
think I'm
try
gonna
to do
try
like
that too. Yeah.
try to do fucking legs like that,
Oh,
bro. Your quads. Say you do
That's
that with
that.
a leg extension, then you go into a leg press, and your third movement's a squat. Your quads are so pumped that squat feels fucking incredible. You don't feel your knees. You only
Yeah,
have to do
yeah.
like fucking 3 plates on a hack squat. And it's gonna you're gonna feel it, I promise.
You know,
It's fun.
when I get to the gym late and they're gonna close and I have to rush through the workout, that's when I do that, and it always it feels phenomenal because I can't walk down the stairs. It's like I'm
You're
like my
bodybuilding.
legs,
That's the
bro.
difference. You're bodybuilding.
I
You're
love.
not just fucking lifting weight.
Yeah,
We all
yeah.
get stuck in that sometimes. That's like a beginner's mentality. It's like, okay, I need to get the most out of my body. And I figure out
I'm,
how to
I'm
just fucking throw weight.
to be honest, I'm kind of over it. I don't get the same thrill by like loading up the machines anymore. I'm kind of like it's kind of hurts, bro. It's not that fun.
My arms are the biggest they've ever been. And they're like 22, a little over 22 and a half inches.
Damn.
And I do like 5 exercises for buys, 5 for tries, but it's like 3 working sets. None of them are really failure. Maybe the last one. And my arm is just like I don't get burnt out. They're fucking swole as fuck by the end of the workout.
That's
It's
okay.
the
that's what I'm
best
gonna
feeling
do.
ever.
Yeah, I'm
I
not
could
gonna
try that
lie.
as well.
I feel like I've been losing some roundness ever since, even though I'm growing. But it's like beef jerky muscle instead of like what's the other like like filled out muscle. Like chicken breast muscle, beef
Mm,
jerky muscle. I
You
feel
guys
like
see
mm.
the yeah, you see the roundness in my shoulders from last year, this year.
yeah.
So during prep, I started implementing that more because I told you I watched a lot of bodybuilding shit, so I try to learn a lot at that time.
Mm.
So I started doing that in the middle of prep. My shoulders kept getting rounder and rounder. People think it's Synthol, but no, I don't take Synthol. I actually just did what I'm telling you guys, and that's what
Yeah,
happened.
That would take a lot of synthol for all three heads of your delts to get that round. But I wouldn't put it past anybody. All right. Oh, okay. What's my unpopular opinion? Would be that Phil Heath is the greatest bodybuilder of all time. That's my unpopular opinion.
better than Ronnie.
Yes.
How?
I take Phil's best look, 2011, 2013, against Ronnie, 98, and 2003. I say Phil beats him. In today's criteria, not in 2003 criteria, because they didn't care about the gut and stuff like that. But in today's criteria, I would put money that he would beat Ronnie in today's criteria.
Really?
I don't think so. I just
I
don't.
Right.
don't think so
As much as I
either.
want as look at, I like Phil's better. Like if I had to choose between the two, I'd want to look like Phil. But just knowing in pictures how dry and dug out everything was on Ronnie and how big he was, his structure, like his width, I don't think
Yeah, but
like Phil would have never beat Ronnie. I mean Rami, a big Rami, if he was dug out like Ronnie.
Okay. Wait. This is two different things we're talking about. 98 Ronnie was dug out like that. 2003 Ronnie was not dug out. 98
We're
Ronnie
talking,
was, yeah, 98 Ronnie was not bigger than Phil. 98 Ronnie
but look,
competed at like
but
under
you're putting
250.
time frames. I think we're trying
He
to bring
still was
on
bigger,
the
right?
best look, right?
No,
Like
but
best looks.
only one best look. So if you take 98 Ronnie against one of Phil's, 98 Ronnie is not more muscular than Phil Heath. Neither of
Really?
those years. No, he was under 250, bro. He's almost 6 foot. Phil Heath
I
competes
just,
at that shorter. So if you're gonna
Hmm.
take a big Ronnie, he's not gonna be dug out. Just because he has some lines in his glutes, but he's not dug out. 2003 Ronnie is nowhere compared to Phil's condition. 98 Ronnie's is, but he's not this big guy. And he was more on the narrow side. Flex
But
was
I
bigger than
think
Ronnie that year.
but I think Ron is bigger. 99, 98, still bigger than
No,
Phil. Maybe not
no,
weight
no.
wise, but
Tall,
structurally.
no, taller, but he's not more muscular than Phil
Pull
was.
up a photo.
yeah, I just saw Ronnie the other day on something, and he was fucking massive. And he was
Of
crazy
of course
dug
he
out. Like,
yeah, but you got to pick it. You can't just create an AI version of Ronnie.
no,
It
I'm
has to
not.
be.
I don't remember the year, but like, whatever
But
fucking
99.
year it was, it would have beaten Phil.
it has to be a specific look. Ronnie has never been 290 peeled to the bone. When he was
Like, weight
peeled, he
doesn't
was
matter.
smaller.
Like Phil was never past like 240 on stage or something like that.
Yeah, but you,
So
you
like,
just said weight don't matter. But he was still
that's
very
what I'm
muscular.
telling you. Like, weight doesn't really matter, right? So he beat all those guys that are bigger than him, but Ronnie had everything.
No, he
He
did.
had enough size. He had enough, or he had more than enough conditioning.
See,
He was structurally
that's why
big.
I disagree. Phil had everything. Ronnie was missing a lot of shots. His front lat spread wasn't good. His arms were good, but his
Well,
insertions weren't
You
good.
think Phil's front last spread would beat Ronnie's?
no.
No, but I feel like both of their front lat spread is about
I
the
think
same
Phil's
area.
front last spread loses to Ronnie. I think his front double loses to Ronnie. I think his back shots lose to Ronnie.
I think
I
Ronnie
No
think
way.
Phil's
loses
side shots
There's no way.
may beat Ronnie.
side tricep. Ronnie loses side tricep. Maybe that's it.
There's no way Ronnie's back double is being Phil's back double.
You don't think his
It is.
back double beats
Pull
Phil?
that up, man.
No, because
So that's
because y'all create. I think what y'all do is y'all create images that never existed. If he's gonna be in Phil Heath condition, it can only be 98 and 99, and he was not as dense as Phil was
how many
at
times have you
those
heard
years.
everyone say to this day they've never seen someone so big and so dry and peeled like Ronnie Coleman? No one's
It,
mimicked
it
it.
it doesn't matter if they say that because that's nostalgia. We have to go by what you're
This
looking
is
at. It doesn't matter.
generations speaking. Like this is multiple people. We're talking
And
from
guess what?
Milos then
Guess
to
what?
Milos now, like kind
And
of
guess
thing.
what?
Like
20 years from now, they're gonna say the same shit about Phil because as time flies, it becomes more and more legendary. We have to use like subjective criteria. We can't use like whoa, like amazement, right? The first time I seen Dorian, that was the craziest shit. Yeah, at the time it was, but that doesn't mean
but
that's
I'll
gonna be
say
the craziest
this.
shit ever.
I've never heard anybody put Phil in front of Ronnie.
That's why it's an unpopular
That's why it's
opinion.
an unpopular opinion. That's the
No,
whole point.
I get that. But like there's a reason it's there though. Like there's no way. I just don't see it shot for
The,
shot,
the reason is
except the side shots.
because he came before Phil. If Phil was competing in the '90s and Ronnie competed in the 2000s, everybody would put Phil in front of Ronnie because nostalgia always wins. Everybody says back then everybody was a Hall of Famer. No, they wasn't. They're
That's not
Hall of Famers.
true. Like
They-
I would have many people beat Kevin LeBron.
yeah.
Kevin LeBron had cool physique and stuff. I have a lot of people beating Kevin in my head. Like
Okay.
Ronnie's just Ronnie though. Like I mean, I know what I'm looking at least
That
like your pictures on both.
that's my whole point. Even saying Ronnie is just Ronnie, that shows the bias. Because
No,
Ronnie
but
is
I'm
Ronnie.
saying like because he had the look, he had the craziest look. I think the only one that's come close to that crazy look that okay, I don't want to say close. That wow factor right now is what's his name? Andrew, jacked. And then Phil Heath just had really pretty muscle bellies put together well, but he was narrow framed and stuff. His waist wasn't the best because of the narrow frame.
Oh, see,
And his conditioning was incredible.
that's not true. we're not talking about when he was falling off. Because if we
No,
talk
I
about
know.
when Ronnie was,
I've seen the
yeah, so
2013 film.
his waist was
It's really
perfect.
fucking good.
His waist was
2011 it was
literally
good.
perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we can't say like his waist wasn't the best because Ronnie waist was the worst when he was at that point of his career that Phil was. So like
Look up. What is it? 2000 or no? Either 99 Ronnie.
I still think
that
99 Ronnie is the
that's the
best
best Ronnie.
bodybuilder of all time.
That's what I'm
Ninety
saying.
nine.
And I think Phil hit is close second, but
Close
99
second.
Ronnie is the
Yes, close second, 100%.
99
I
Ronnie
don't think it was
is the best
I,
Ronnie. But okay, this Ronnie is not bigger than Phil Heath. He's taller than him. He is not more muscular than Phil Heath. So we have to forget this idea that Ronnie was
what about the photo
shredded
on the left?
and huge.
Oh, look at the photo on the left. Front relaxed. That's bigger than Phil. Come on, man. Structurally, at least.
I'm telling
Well,
you,
the
structurally,
legs.
the way his muscle just hangs and shit. Like,
You can say
Yeah.
structurally, but muscularity wise, if I pull up Phil Heath front relax right now, you're gonna be like, oh shit, I
Phil
see what
Heath
he's
just
talking
has
about.
big arms right there. Like, his
No,
arms were.
no. Phil Heath had big legs. Phil Heath had big back, big shoulders, big everything. He didn't just have big arms.
Pull up his front relax.
So the thing is that I always say that like the nostalgia always skews everybody's perception just because Ronnie is
Like, look at
Ronnie,
that
so
front
he's always gonna
double.
be Ronnie.
I don't like that front double.
You don't have to like it, but it's very muscular and shredded, regardless. So even if you prefer somebody's, but I'm looking for a front relax. So yeah.
You got a good arguments, Beatty, but you're wrong.
Well, I'm not wrong, but it's an opinion, right? It's an opinion. So you're gonna say that was more muscular than this? It was not. It was structurally bigger, but it wasn't more muscular. And his chest is big, his legs is big. Yes, his arms are big. Everything is big. His abs are on point here. So at the end of the day, just because you're taller doesn't mean you're bigger.
Structure matters. Here's a comparison.
It does. It does. It does matter.
Open the second photo. The comparison photo. Yeah.
Yeah. That's actually accurate, probably in height, which is the good representation. So the way he's posing his legs doesn't help him, but obviously Ronnie has crazy legs. They're posing it a little bit different. So he's flexing his chest. Ronnie has a crazy chest. It maybe doesn't look like it here, but he has a crazy
Ronnie
chest.
was so superior. He could pose with the legs like this, and his leg would still look crazy. And he had like the developed shoulder sweep and the medial head and everything, and the chest was wide and tall, and the arms were huge, but it didn't overpower the physique the way Phil's do. Small waist, lats popping out, dropping down, insane.
When I judge physiques, I take away how I feel about them because Ronnie, I love Ronnie, but when I'm looking at physiques, it's not about that. So people like they say the way he's posing his legs, oh, Ronnie could do that. It's like that's not a good thing. This is not a pass to be a bad poser. Being a bad posing bad is not a good thing. Well, look, even though he hits it wrong, you can still he's hitting it bad. That's not a good thing. So when he hits the front last spread, well, he's hitting it wrong, but you're not supposed to hit it wrong. Anybody today hits a pose wrong, they get torn apart. The way Andrew hits it, everybody talks shit about the way Andrew hits poses. Nobody says, well, he still gets away with it.
But what's wrong? The feet together.
Well, because you can't see his adductors, which he has big adductors, so he's hiding 20% of his legs.
That's how good he was.
I think, that's how good he was. I think he did it this way because he would still look great with this, and he would show the entire sweep and all the details better this way.
But Ivan, that's not a feather in your cap. You're supposed to show everything.
Can you imagine being so good you beat everyone doing it bad?
Yeah, that happens. If you're better than everybody.
No, I think this is the best way to do it. I think people are opening up the legs and pointing the feet outwards to make the leg look bigger. But if you don't have to do it, if your legs are so massive, then why would you do it? This way you can show all the details in the quads.
The thing about what you just said, if you're trying to make your legs bigger, that's the point of bodybuilding, to make your physique look bigger. Not
if your legs are that big and you don't have to do it, then you can show more details this way.
Make it look even bigger.
That's what she said.
Maybe that's what she said.
Well, it depends. If you already have the detail, then you wouldn't need to do that. I can make the same argument. If I already have the detail, then why don't I show the size, right? So the argument goes
Hey,
both ways, you know.
I'd love to keep arguing because this is fun for me, but I do got to go. It's 2:00.
Okay, but before you go, does this mean I won the most unpopular opinion because you guys didn't agree? That means that's the
No,
best.
you won the most
Yeah.
unpopular opinion because you got us to fucking be riled up about this shit. That's the only reason
Exactly,
you won.
exactly my point.
Yeah, you won for sure. Yeah.
Because
That's
I'm
a good
not,
topic of discussion because I can go on for fucking days.
every time I say that,
front relaxed. We haven't seen any other post with a front relaxed yet. There's a lot.
No, but every time I bring that up, I get the same reaction. So I continue to bring it up every time.
Yeah, it's impressive that you can
Good,
actually
good.
argue this.
Yes,
No, it
but
is.
okay, but
Every argument you've had is there's validity to it. Like there is, but I'm just picture for picture. I guess my idea of what bodybuilding is and
yeah.
boxes I'm checking in my head when I look at the picture is different than yours.
Well, so of course the reason I'm arguing because it's a podcast, but in reality, I don't fucking know if Phil's gonna beat, right. Like I can't know
Of
that
course.
unless I see them
None
on
of us
stage.
can.
Yeah, but in reality, I mean, it's like watching Andrew on. It's like the height. There's so much in play that, and who's judging? Is it 90s judging? You really can't win the argument. It's like, what do you think is better? I don't know. I could argue. I could argue both. I could argue for Ronnie too. I could say, well, obviously he's bigger, and there's a lot of years where his waist was shit, even smaller, possibly some years than Phil. So
If
I
you
don't
were
know.
to have the same conversation years later, and you pulled up Nick and Andrew, I would tell you I feel
Exactly.
like Nick won.
Yeah. And then how many people are going to say, "Oh, Andrew won"? So it's like it's one of those. This is probably the best argument because most people will say Ronnie, but
But Ronnie is
I
king,
think
man. Come on.
yeah.
Let's finish it up with that.
Well, Ronnie is king. So everything I said, take it with a grain of salt because I can make the same arguments for Ronnie. So I'm going to say 50-50 personally.
Okay.
But most people would say.
Thanks to have a time.
All right, guys. Thanks for coming on, man. I appreciate y'all. This was
Of
good.
course, man. Thank you for inviting me. It was fun.
Of course, man. I'm not going to lose this episode.
Goodbye.
Even
Guns.
Hey, shout out Blackstone Labs too. This was all
Yeah,
Blackstone.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
Code Macho.
Code Ivan.